Did someone say Megalovania?
So, are we live or did we do the 1 minute intro?
We are
Which one is it?
live now. Intro's done.
Oh.
Here we are.
Okay,
Okay.
so hear me out. Since Ryan's not here, we kill his character and take all of his stuff.
Yeah.
He's
Hold
got
on, no wait.
magic.
Dibs
He's-
on the bag of holding.
I want the
want the suit.
gunblade, and I want the gunblade to be functional, and he might have to do that.
I'll take the suit.
You've got other crafters.
Best I
Well,
can do is
fine.
treat it.
We could go to Flash.
We could go to his competitor.
That would be the ultimate
You're right.
betrayal. Kill Ryan's character, go to his rival.
Man.
Yep.
Brutal.
How
That-
funny would
that'd
it be
be
to make Ryan come back as Flash, though?
Yeah.
Flash
Flash
has
Iron
joined the
Fan
party.
is now the 5th member of the party.
Anwar's dead. Sorry,
The
Ryan.
way to really mess with him though is to like send him the character sheet, and it's his character sheet, but his intelligence is like higher.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
He would murder.
You're
More
like,
intelligence,
what?
more gold.
hmm Sydney, you'll be the last to die because you're furthest away.
Yep.
Right, he'll have
that
to
makes
fly
me
down to
first.
come get me.
Yep.
You'll be the warning sign. You'll
I
be
was
the
gonna
canary
say,
in the coal
yeah,
mine.
he's only got to hop
when we
on
stop
like a
hearing
couple.
from him.
Yeah, he's got to hop on
He's
one,
here.
a single train to reach me. That's it. Just a couple stops.
Sounds
So,
like a you problem, buddy.
who would like to recap last episode?
You know it's gonna be me, baby.
What you got for us?
All right. Anyone familiar with Stray Cats?
Yeah, like one song.
Okay. All right.
I hope it's the one I know.
We were met with giants when we knocked on the door. They were on the level, so we offered to pour a drink or three, and we caught our breath. But they wanted to fight. They even had a rep. There's a rumble in Berserker tonight. We didn't get a long rest, but we're doing all right. Hook us up with some spirit runes is what they'll do if we rumble in Berserker tonight. Verse 2. There were swords and shields and axes and a big-ass scary mace. Skylar shot some arrows too. She was aiming for the face. Raiden thought they had us. They gave us all they got. But we pulled out a real close win. Our dice were rolling hot. Well, there's a rumble in Berserker tonight. We won and then we said goodnight. Now we get to see just what we'll do on Aberrant Empire tonight.
Woo! That might have been your best yet.
That was
That was
awesome.
good.
That was
That was real good.
amazing.
Art, remember when we talked about the Tale of the Veil album? Because now we can actually just have like the lounge hits of Aberrant Empire,
That's true.
as sung by Finn Parrish.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be funny if Aberrant Empire was all just one of Finn Parrish's stories.
Right, I just put that together. It's just he's just telling this like long story at some amphitheater.
Finally,
That
Duel
was
popped
pretty
in.
good,
It's
but
in a
I had to
tavern.
pee like 4 times.
Duel pops in. Finn, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Alrighty. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so we finished off last time where they loved the fight that they had. That was the biggest challenge they've had in quite a while. So they're celebrating, drinking with you guys and stuff, late into the evening. It was already evening time into the night, when you guys were fighting. So yeah, they're also sore as hell, though. I think everyone is sore as hell at this point, with the exception of Anwar, because he never took a hit.
I'm still doing okay.
Yeah, you got some healing, so
Yeah,
you're
after that
doing well,
healing,
but
I got some superficial bruising that's disappearing as we speak.
yep. But in any case, yeah, so people are kind of nursing their wounds as well as just kind of healing by drinking. It's like, oh yeah, I don't feel any pain anymore. It's great. Yeah, so people are just having a bit of fun. The first floor area is kind of their hall area that's got the big table and nice candlelight chandelier on top. Nice stonework all around. And then you've got like floors up above. You got like the forge, and then you've also got private rooms and stuff like that on floors up above. So there's at least like 4 or 5 floors to this thing. But yeah, at least on the main floor, yeah, there's like the main hall table with various chairs, and there's also some like extra comfy seating with some furs and things like that as well. I don't think they have anybody who plays music though, so it might not be the most joyous event.
Yeah, neither do we.
But they're passing drinks around, they're having fun.
Hell yeah. Whew. Let's see.
Well, Audra's very sore, so she's gonna be like just mending by the fire.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Question for the room. At what point are we not going to just start fighting people at random after a very long day? Just a
No.
question.
No,
Just a
this wasn't-
question.
I appreciate that question, but the answer is this wasn't random. This one was pre-occurred, and when it happened, everybody was amicable about the friendliness to it.
Okay. Sure.
Are my teeth still bleeding?
Only a little.
Oh. That explains why the drink burns.
One a little
can touch-
loose.
I can touch that up further if you need it.
Oh, I'll just sleep on it. We're good.
All right. Just not directly. Don't sleep
At
directly.
least this. At least this time, fighting made us friends.
I know, right? It's good. That's the thing about people in Berserkshire. They're rough and tumble. They get rowdy. They'll bruise your ribs a little bit, but you know, we got a healer here. We're good. We're gonna survive this, guys.
In your case, Mazadon literally bruised your ribs.
Yeah. I did get a flashback a little earlier when I almost died. I definitely got some flashbacks. I don't want to talk about it. So you think we can get some down low on this here Icewind Dahlia from these folks?
Well, we
They
could
might know
try.
of her.
Wait, point of order. Did we try that last time, or was that a different group?
That was a different group. You haven't tried with these people yet.
Okay.
We'll say that Blaze is talking shop with Anwar off in the corner, being the two fire people who are especially proficient with tools. They're gonna work. In fact, you're probably gonna see Anwar take out the gun blade, and they're like looking over it, analyzing it, trying to be like, "Oh, how can we do this? Oh, I could see. Maybe we could put a rune here," and so they're figuring it out together.
Mm-hmm.
I am worried. And she's like hushed so that like hopefully none of the Goliaths could hear any of this.
Hmm.
If we do bring it up here or anywhere else, they are very capable and willing to fight. We have to be very careful about who we bring up the Icewind Dahlia with.
I suppose really we don't need that much more intel, do we, huh? We know roughly where they are, where they is. Yeah, that's right.
Well,
We'll just track them down when we get a little closer, right?
We
It
can
would be-
scry this evening. Actually, probably not this evening, because I think everybody's fucking spent on everything.
But it was worth
yeah.
it because we don't have to do this in the morning. It's like playing with a cat. You tire them out. Or
Darling
you
boy,
sleep through
why
the
would
night.
it be necessary to do it ever if they were going to be nice about it? We didn't have to fight at all, really. We got some things out of it. I'm not mad.
Oh yeah.
But oh my goodness. That
I mean,
sucked.
Some
That's
some
also when
people,
canon Audra blowing like blood out of her nose.
some
Billy's
people-
gonna come over being like, "Actually, that rocked! I'm so glad we fought. Oh my god! I mean, some of these people are more into crafting than me, but I like a good fight, and I haven't had one in months. That was incredible. That was amazing.
I'm glad we could facilitate.
You lot
Especially because you
very
got all
hard.
these different kinds of abilities. We had to be thinking more than ever. It was awesome."
You hit very hard.
You do too.
She
It was,
does.
Just coughs up some blood. That was great.
Slightly less great for some of us, but yes.
I just want to knit quietly in a home somewhere. So what is it exactly that was on the table for this? Like, why did we fight? What were we getting exactly?
Oh, they were gonna hook us up with some spirit runes on our shit. So they're gonna help us out so we can wreck shit next time we get
We-
into shit.
We may be able to do some of what they did in a more limited capacity, as I understand it.
If it's anything like they could have done, it's going to be amazing.
Anwar and I might be up
Yeah, I
a little late
suppose that
taking
was
care
worth
of
it. That might have been worth it then. Yeah. All right. I'll stop being a shrew about it, I guess.
At some point in the evening, how much do you guys kind of like talk about your life story versus their life story, things like that, as the night gets later?
I probably don't talk about my life story so much as just like ask a general ass question about magic-y stuff that I do not know about.
Okay.
I think Rain would love to hear more about their stories, given that she doesn't technically have any now that she's learned.
Oh, it's really sad,
Alr-
actually.
Alrighty.
Hunter would make sure to fuel that story fire by like every time they do a lap and like things are starting to die down, Hunter will like throw out another story about like training in Berserkshire, or like this ambush we did on the Empire this one time, or like this time I managed to smuggle some shit through and almost got caught by the guards, but I didn't.
Nice. Yeah, throughout the night there will be talking. Their general story that you hear is that they come from some very orthodox tribes that take their giant lineage very seriously, and a lot of their elders are kind of stuck in their ways a bit and weren't all that interested in uniting. And so when Mazadon came around trying to unite all these tribes into one confederation, there was a very reluctant alliance just to get rid of this common enemy. And once that common enemy is gotten rid of, they're really unsure if any kind of peace is going to last. But they have actually... They want to go towards something more multicultural than their elders did. So they've kind of united as a singular adventuring party that kind of represents all of the different tribes of Goliath. And so they want to share their knowledge. They want to be literally a beacon of light for something better. Like the tower that you're in is also a lighthouse, so there's like a torch at the very top that gets lit at night. So shortly after your skirmish, one of the people will go up, probably Blaze, and go up and light the beacon up at the top of the tower, just for any ships that might be coming in, just to make sure they don't hit the rocks or anything like that. But they are kind of viewing right now, like, when they took back part of the Empire, because the Empire used to own a little bit more territory in Berserkshire, and then they were fought back around Mabon, around that time period. And so they view it as like they won. This is like they've already got their happily ever after. This is like, yeah, we beat them. Now we're reclaiming this spot for our own. So this is kind of like retirement for them almost. It's like, yeah, we're gonna enchant some magic now. We're gonna enchant some items. We're gonna give back to the community however we can, as long as we got some food, some ale. We're good. We're good where we're at. There does seem to be a bit of boredom, particularly from like Billy, Ulsa, and Tech. You see them as a little more wild cards, whereas Blaze, Skylar, and Raiden seems to be a bit more mature. So that's generally their story at this point. So at one point you would kind of consider them an adventuring party, but now they're kind of in place where they are. But even though there's still some Imperial presence a little further east, near Fort Multra and stuff, that's kind of like, all right, whatever. That's further out that way. We reclaimed our stuff. So that's kind of their point of view at this time. I think that's the main thing you'd hear about their story in a nutshell.
Right on.
Awesome.
How do y'all
And-
feel about like if there are some groups that are trying to, get rowdy still, and if you don't have enemies to fight, what about making travels out, kind of cycling some people in and out from that Imperial zone, still taking the fight to them. You can always retire back home, get your fill of blood and come back home.
That conversation will stir up something that'll go on a while. I won't act it all out, but
Yeah.
you will notice a rift in the party of like, no, we gotta stay united. We're strong when we're united. Like, look what we're
yeah.
capable of.
Absolutely.
But then the other people are like, yeah, but we really want to get out and wreck some shit. Like, we're potentially like our talents are being wasted just being here. Like, surely we could train up some other people to do this stuff and then go out and wreck some shit. So it
And I
doesn't
mean,
seem like there's a.
That's best
Sorry,
of
go
both
ahead.
worlds, right? That's the best of both worlds. You have your land protected, you have your home safe, but you can still, get out there, hit the front lines, maybe make a little money and bring that home too, just to keep yourself from getting bored. It's the best of both worlds.
So if you'd like to roll a persuasion on that idea of like cycling some people out, go for it. And if anybody wants to hop in on that, they can. Looks like not needed though, because damn, a 21 is pretty good. Yeah, it sounds like kind of throughout the night, it seems like they're really taking your ideas under consideration. They might be doing something like that in the future.
If I'll bring the same thing up to Mazadon, get him looped in,
Yeah, communication's good with the big Maz. At some point, noticing that Audra is a little bit quieter and kind of sticking by the fire and stuff, Tech is gonna come over to her and essentially say, hey, no hard feelings about the fight, right?
Certainly not toward any of you, mostly just to myself.
Oh, don't beat yourself up. I mean, yeah, we got you out, but do you know why we tried to take you out first?
Well, first of all, I don't have to beat myself up, because usually the opposing force does it for me. But,
well,
I have an inkling as to why you singled me out, but please continue.
you're the one we fear most. Seeing
Why
those
is that?
religious symbols on you. Don't... Just because you're knocked down, don't think it's a sign of your weakness. See it as a sign of your strength.
I'd see it more as a sign of my strength if I could withstand it, but it seems the one that they always is the one that goes down first, and I can't be of any use to them if I'm dead.
We were a bit surprised that you did not invoke more of your giant strength. Do you not have it?
Well,
We're a bit less familiar with the forest giants, but you didn't go big like us.
I can grow in size, yes, but it's an unlimited capacity, and I'd already done it earlier today with a different scuffle.
Oh, that's strange. We don't have all that much of a limit. Is it just once per day? That's it?
That's all I can do, yes. It's not based on me, it's based on these. And she'll show the gloves. Anwar made them for me, in fact, and I greatly appreciate them, and he's made improvements since he initially forged them. But the giant strength doesn't come from within me. It comes from these.
Well, maybe we could fix that. You're a giantkin. We should be able to tap into that.
How
Do you
would
mind?
do that?
Do you mind me taking a look at those gauntlets?
As long as I can watch.
Oh, sure. So he's gonna take them and say, "Yeah, your little friend over there. Looks clever, but he's no giantkin. He doesn't know the ways of the giant magic. He doesn't know the way of our ancestors. If you were willing, I could take it up to the forge tonight and perhaps allow you to tap into that ancestry a bit more.
I would be very curious to watch that. And I have to stay up anyway to see how these other runes are done, so I might as well learn more.
Sure. Just don't... I mean, this isn't gonna help your problem of being a target, because if you're bigger, you're gonna be, but you'll be a bit stronger too. And certainly you'll have the blessings of the giants who came before you if you embrace the size.
It's true. Please do what you will with them and make the improvements you wish. I certainly don't say no to improvement, because as I've come to realize, there's a lot of room for it.
There always is. Such is the way, you can always grow. So he'll take those and work on them overnight. At some point, Skylar is going to come over to Hunter and will essentially say, I've heard a lot of, I've been impressed with your stories of your narrow escapes and your cunning and bluffing, so to speak. I was raised with a bit of magic from the cloud giants that I don't really connect with anymore. I don't, there's great magic from them, and I benefit from them greatly, but there's one piece of them that I don't feel like I have much use for them, and hearing your tales, perhaps you would like this. This could benefit you more. And she is going to take off a bracelet and hand it to you, and on that bracelet is a little stone with a rune carved into it. Now let me give you something real quick. So this is just something that's like a permanent thing as long as you have it on. It's not attuned or anything. Just something that goes on you. The Cloud Rune. This rune emulates the deceptive magic used by some cloud giants. While wearing or carrying an object inscribed with this rune, you have advantage on dexterity, sleight of hand checks, and charisma deception checks.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. I get the biggest shit-eating grin. Like I just found a fucking lottery ticket with a lot of good numbers on it.
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing. Can I give you something? I've got to have something to give you here.
I'm happy to accept anything you wish. I merely want to give this to you because I feel like that is where it will do the most good. I feel as though I'm trying to lead a life of integrity, and I don't see the need to steal and deceive so much anymore. Not that I'm giving any,
Oh, I
judgment
lack
towards you.
integrity. I don't have enough integrity to fill a thimble to trip over. So, so I appreciate this. This will help me be the most devious person I can be. I will be a brand new delinquent just for you. Thank you. I'll treasure it always
I
until
feel
I'm...
like across the room, Chimera senses a disturbance in the force. And it's just like,
I will treasure this until I'm executed for treason. I don't know, list. Whatever's on the list. Thank you.
what do you have in your hand, Hunter? Oh,
What?
rune! No.
I've got nothing in my hand. What are you talking about?
Please, don't make us regret this.
Thank you.
Nice.
Nice.
And at some point, Raiden is gonna come over to Rain. And
Our
he's
names
just gonna
sound
be-
similar. Good talk. And then he walks away.
I was very impressed with your magic, especially your command of the water. You reminded me of the storm giants of old.
Well, strangely, I think I got some of that from, I don't know how to describe it, an ancestor, perhaps?
Well, that's where we get our magic, is from our ancestors. You can see why I wanted to strike at you first. And
It
the
was
way you
very
just
frightening.
attack a number of us at the same time. But that does make me worried, though. That especially if you are to go up against any more Illithid, they are quite cunning as well, and they might target you all the same. So, I want to give this to you so you may further understand your magic and be better protected and not be surprised by anything that may come your way unexpectedly. And he's going to take off a necklace, and very similar deal has like in the inscribed rune, and will hand it over to you. He'll put it on you if you let him. If not, he'll just hand it to you in your hand.
I think, yeah, she'll let him put it on her.
Okay. And you get the Storm Rune benefit of using the Storm Rune. You can glimpse the future like a Storm Giant Seer. While wearing or carrying an object inscribed with this rune, you have advantage on Intelligence Arcana checks, and you can't be surprised as long as you aren't incapacitated.
Holy. She looks down on it and she's like almost treasuring it. Thank you. I'm not sure what to say. I wish I had a gift of some sort to bestow to all of you.
There's no need. I can see that some people may be cycling and traveling out, but I feel like my place is here for the most part. This is my castle to keep. So, if you are going out to face these dangers, I wanted you to have it. I don't know if there's any part of Storm Giant in your veins, but I certainly see there's some crossover in magic. And perhaps I just saw a bit of my tribe in you. So I thought you should have it.
Thank you. Actually, out of character,
Mm-hmm.
would she know the name of the giant that, like, makes up part of her?
Was there? Oh yeah, because there was a Goliath.
Yeah, the Goliath.
In there. Yeah.
That's one of the ones we
Um,
kept.
We kept all of them. But
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
thought
kept all of them.
I thought we ended up excising one, maybe not. Never mind.
Did you know the name? Well, Artem should know the name, right? Because you
is
made
it
up
the-
the
is-
story about her.
Is it the same name as the?
Yeah, it's the
like,
same
what-
name.
okay.
Yeah.
Then she'll actually ask, like, if any off chance she knows or Raiden knows anything about Inaka
Let's see.
or has heard of her.
Let's see real quick. Could have sworn. I'm just trying to remember what the picture of her is. I'm trying to see what tribe she might be.
I believe they were canvassers, right? And knock on the door.
God. I have the picture in the Google Doc sheet that I made for her, but
Mhm. Yeah, I vaguely remember what she looks like. I'm just gonna roll for it. I'm gonna roll a d6 and see what happens. Yeah, he knows of her. Yeah, I had seen her before, not in my tribe, but I had seen her. Haven't seen her in a long time.
well, she is unfortunately passed, but I don't know much about her, and yet I feel that this connection comes from her.
Maybe that's what I was sensing. Well, then all the more you need to have this.
Thank you. It's a
Of
great
course.
treasure.
And so that will be it throughout the evening night, unless anybody else has anything that they'd like to talk to any of them about.
They're doing the runes tonight, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess they'll have to do the runes in the morning because that's when they get their magic back. They just spent all of it fighting
Okay.
you guys.
Gotcha.
But the gunblade is being worked on tonight, and the gauntlets are being worked on tonight.
Okay. I had stuff for when the runes happen, so I guess that waits till tomorrow.
Okay. Have you guys figured out how you want to split those up?
We need to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I think we figured out most of them.
Yeah, some were checked off. Like Anwar's gonna take the fire, right, and the chisel, because I think he's literally
Okay.
the only one that can even use the chisel.
Yeah.
I remember us talking about it a little bit, but honestly, like, since then I have totally
Yeah,
forgot what I was supposed to do.
I bumped the thing on the Facebook page if anybody wants to take a look at it.
It was recommended I take Hill. When you hit a larger, smaller creature with an attack roll and deal damage, you can knock that target
Oh.
prone. Yeah.
Well, it was recommended that, but I did mention too, like, you already have so many reactions, including uncanny dodge, that it might not be that useful to you.
That's
But I don't
fair.
know. It's up to you.
Yeah, and
There's
I know
just
in,
something I
in my
noticed.
case, I think I said the what was it the damage spongy one and the something else. Oh, that would be good for Audra. For
Yeah,
one,
since Audra keeps on getting down, to Hill Rune would be pretty
Yeah.
good for her. Or sorry, not Hill. I mean
Stone.
Oh, sorry, Stone.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. So you were sorry, Andrew. I forgot. Hill is the one that knocks a target prone.
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
okay,
it doesn't-
Actually,
and I think Rain wanted to take the cloud runes to teleport, right?
yeah.
And I'm cool with that. So that takes care. So cloud and fire, we're good on. Frost can deal cold damage and reduce the speed. So I think that should go to either Chimera or Hunter, personally. Chimera could also take
Hunter's
the,
all.
the prone one.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Hill and Frost don't mention reaction. Should do we assume that those have
No,
reaction?
it's when you hit a target.
So
Okay.
I'll propose this. Chimera gets Frost because usually she's on the front lines, and this stops people from running past her and
Works for
going
me.
for the weaker people.
Works for me.
And Hunter gets Hill because if he hits somebody with the first
Then it's
attack
sneak, yeah.
without advantage,
Mhm.
gets them prone, and then he gets sneak attack
Yep.
with the dagger.
That was my thought too. That's why I suggested it.
That's actually really
Not
good.
bad.
Anyone, Sid, any objections to that?
I mean, no, not really.
Any objections to Audra taking
And
the
Sid does have a
stone?
number of ways to get advantage already
Yeah.
with pack tactics and
Yeah,
stuff. So.
Audra definitely takes Stone because
Okay.
yeah, we want
And
to keep our
then
healer alive.
What's left is Storm, which is basically a small hellish rebuke.
Yeah. So whoever doesn't have much in the way of reactions will probably benefit from that the most.
I have basically no reactions.
Do we want to
cool
just
with
like hold
that.
on to that one, or somebody gets like, or 3 people each get one, kind of a thing?
I think we have to put it on items. 'Cause
Yeah, we
that's
have to
like
affix
they're
it.
giving it to us.
But you could split it up between 3 people though.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
In which case, like Hunter's got hellish rebuke, so not him, I guess.
I see
Yeah,
how it
I
is.
mean, does Hunter want it? Is the question.
One of the fire runes you said?
No.
No,
the
Storm.
Storm.
Or...
It's like a lightning hellish rebuke, basically.
Yeah.
I
He just
almost
has
feel
so
like
many reactions already.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
Hellish Rebuke and Uncanny Dodge are what you're gonna want to use your reactions
Right,
on.
exactly.
Yeah, if it's not, yeah, that or
Does
Or
Does
your scout thing
Anwar?
to run away, yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know what kind of reactions Anwar has either.
Anwar doesn't have
brain,
mu-
He has
he
the
has-
brain blast for saves. and
Oh
everything
right,
else.
he's
oh,
got
Flash of
the
Genius.
Flash of Genius and Shield.
You're right. Never mind.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah,
he's already got
Audra-
fire and the tools, so
I mean,
And
you
what
could
does
just-
Audra have? Audra has what?
reactions.
The,
I
like,
have.
create that insta hit.
Yeah, and that's it.
How many charges of that
2. It's my channel divinity.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good for rain because I've got the silvery barbs, which is way more
Okay.
useful to use, I think.
Yeah, Audra having at least 2 of those might make sense.
It's funny that the rune from the strongest giant is the most useless, it seems.
Not useless. It's just like finding the right fit. It's
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
useful. It's an extra D8 damage
Yep.
on a
That's true.
reaction. You know.
It's getting
Yeah.
the most debate.
Ooh,
it's really
actually,
important.
it might be best to actually give it to Audra because if she runs out of all the stone runes or anything like that, she's probably going to be targeted the most. So that's the most reactions of damage back.
That's true too.
If they target the healer, then you're going to run through the runes quicker than anyone else, I think.
Okay. So I'm all in favor of just keeping them like bunched, just so that it's easier for us to keep track. So, Rain gets cloud, so she can teleport. Onward gets fire, because fire. Chimera gets the frost runes. Hunter gets the hill. I take the storm and the stone, and then Onward takes the chisel. That sound good to everyone?
Yeah.
And the chisel can probably get passed around.
Yeah.
If you know.
We also all get a potion of healing. Important.
Yep.
Nice.
And is that the standard
Another
healing?
one?
Yep. Just the standard healing one. It's basically just to bring someone up if they're down. It's
Sure,
not meant for like mass amount of healing.
Sure.
They did have a big ol'
That's what,
Uh,
2d4
thing is
plus, like, 2, or is it
One?
1d4?
So I think it's 2d4 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
yeah 2d4 plus 2.
All right. Cool.
Do I have?
I can try and put these all into D&D Beyond if we want.
Either one works.
For now, I'm just putting it in my little notes in there.
I'm just putting it on my sheet.
Sorry, also, like, I wasn't trying to be like, well, what if somebody else, but also, like, divvying out loot and stuff when there's a party member not here to be like, hey, but
Yeah.
also, so just, like, running through it and making sure everybody's covered.
For sure. Yeah. And like I said, he's got stuff. We're not leaving him out.
I thought I already had another healing potion, but I guess we must have used that.
Hasn't Chimera had hers since like the beginning of the campaign?
Yes.
I've got a
I've-
random
I've-
potion.
Had a potion of greater healing since before we went and sacked our first little place. Like the first encampment, I think, is when I got it.
Hey,
Poe
Rich-
gave you all a potion at the very first session, and some of you I think
That's
haven't used
what
it.
I got, BB.
Richard, I hope you know what this random potion does, because I've decided I'm gonna cause problems today.
Let me check my notes.
What?
I'm gonna click long
What
rest.
random potion?
It just says random potion.
Do you remember where you got it? Is it from-
Absolutely not.
Damn, if I knew where it was from, I'd have an idea what it does.
It's what isn't that one of the potions you got from
Will gave us potions.
Squiddy Dude's stash?
Oh, yes.
I thought.
Yeah, Squiddy
maybe.
Dude had he presented 8 different potions that did random
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's one of his.
things. Okay.
I guess it must be.
Okay.
I don't
Well then,
remember which one.
I guess I'm gonna roll on a random die thing about what it does. So have fun with that.
Yes, sir.
Tony, as you get to the following morning, you see gauntlets that are infused with all sorts of giant runes that also include. At some point, they'll ask "Do you want a name for yourself in a rune? How would you put your name in a?" Because they want to channel the giant from within you too.
This is different from the other thing we talked about with the becoming
Yeah.
one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
That does bring up a good point though. Is do you want to talk about the becoming with these guys at some?
yeah. Well, oh yeah, 100%. Like when they're affixing the runes, because I wanted one of my runes to symbolize that, and that would be the segue.
Okay.
Yeah. For now, I guess she would just ask well, actually, hold on. I speak giant, so I think I would just know the answer. I'd be like, this is the. I forgot. I just straight up speak it. So she'd be like, she would just know, this is the runage for my name.
Yeah. During the time where they're all working on stuff, I do think that some of them would ask you, what symbol is that? What god is that, by the way?
Yeah.
What god do you follow? Because we follow our giant ancestors. We
Right.
don't really follow gods though, so we're curious. That here's a crafter who seems to follow a god.
Yeah, and she would have actually said the same thing you said. Well, you asked about my giant heritage, and really I don't tap into that so much as I have been given power from someone else. I struggled for a long time figuring out how to find the balance between the nature that my family tends to exist in, and the metal and iron and battle that I find myself tangled up in. Turns out there's a deity who sits exactly in between those two things. And he's chosen me to spread the word. I've done it through the weapons I've forged. I've done it through helping others and just, talking about him when the time is appropriate.
The things that you're talking about seem to align with the kind of ideals that they've been talking about that they want to spread for kind of a new generation of Goliath. And so, yeah, they all seem really interested when you're talking about it. So eventually one of them say like, oh, maybe we'll, if you want to help tonight, maybe we could set up a little altar for this god somewhere in here.
Done it before. I would happily do it again.
Okay, well, while I'm working on the gauntlets, why don't you go ahead and work on that?
Great. It's funny, you said like a new generation of giant, and I'm picturing like these are the zoomers of giants.
Well, the storm giants are known as the boomers, that's for sure.
Maybe
Alrighty, so anyways, here is the language for your upgraded gauntlets. You've learned how to imbue yourself with the Might of Giants. As a bonus action, you magically gain the following benefits, which last for 1 minute, so no concentration there, but I think you had already gotten that upgrade. So you become large. I think it's the same about advantage on strength and checks and saving throws. I think you already had that. Your attacks... So, in this case, you double your size originally. I'm going to say you're even 1 foot taller than you were before. So you're still large, but you're like even just a little bit larger with this new thing. You're going to deal an extra 1d6 instead of 1d4. You can use this feature a number of times that equal your proficiency bonus rather than just once per day.
Sick. Alright, so the important changes... Sorry, I know you wrote the whole thing up.
Yeah. The important changes is that it's 1d6 instead of 1d4, and you can do it a number of times per day of your proficiency bonus instead of just once per day.
Great. You've made it a very 1D&D ability now, with the proficiency bonus part.
Yeah, they've been going into that for a while. Like, this is just Rune Knight language, so it's like before 1D&D.
Well, I know that changed for a couple of Audra's things just because of how they rewrote Furbolgs or whatever. But
like the invisibility and stuff too. Yeah, they've basically been shifting towards that for the past year or two now.
But awesome, yeah, love it. Thank you.
Yep. And then Chimera, I think Ryan wanted to do something where he's working on it and he'll present it to you next session. But you're gonna get a cool ass gunblade.
Oh, boy. I didn't anticipate this being the direction that Chimera ended up in, but if I gotta be edgy old lady with a gun, I can take it.
Well, call an ambulance, but not for me.
For me.
Well, you probably don't. You probably won't need range all that often, but when you do, like when on the ship or something else, it's nice to have it as a backup.
Well, it's the classic trilogy, you know. Pokemon Sword and Shield couldn't give us Pokemon Gun, but Aberrant Empire can make it happen. Now you got Sword, Shield, and Gun.
Yep. Alrighty. So yeah, going off. The following morning, they're gonna have a new shrine for the Becoming, and Anwar is gonna choose to stay behind to continue working. He's got more things he wants to work on, including these tower shields that he feels a bit guilty about kind of mangling. So he's gonna stick behind. He's gonna stay behind for a bit as you guys choose to go outward.
Please catch up soon, though, Anwar. I don't want to take on an ice villainess without someone's fire powers.
Oh, of course. Yeah, totally. I'm really into this thing right now. When I'm in the zone, I just don't want to leave it, I feel like I have so much more to learn here too. And I'm just thinking about all the ways that my suit could be upgraded.
She's gonna slowly put the hand down on his shoulder as he's rambling. I understand. We get it.
Okay.
Anwar, you don't seem like yourself. Never mind.
I think I'm me. I think I'm good.
Wait, is this
Stay
Ember?
safe out here.
Is this actually Ember?
I am having an issue with somebody trying to body snatch somebody, so
I can't wait till
Maybe we need to beat the shit out of Anwar just to make sure.
No, they did
All
that
right,
last
everybody.
night. We need to make a code, like a secret code to like Stroganoff. Hey, is it you, Stroganoff? No, it's not. Stroganoff's not a good one. I could really
Listen,
shout
though,
out
I'm
Stroganoff.
not against it.
But Stroganoff,
at
me
all.
neither. I love the stuff. It's delicious.
my code word will be
I
daffodil.
would love
Code word.
both of those ideas.
A code word.
Daffodil. Why
and-
daffodil?
It was
Daffodil.
my sister's favorite flower.
Any last questions about enchanting items? Any kind
Yeah,
of things
hey.
before you guys head on?
Can we make stroganoff?
Question for everybody that knows anything about magic more than I do.
They all turn to you. Yes.
Is there
Yeah.
like any
Yes.
way or like a pre-existing thing, I don't know, something that prevents magic for the wearer? Like that stops just anti-magic
Oh,
field
anti-magic.
or something?
Like anti-magic handcuffs or something.
I was thinking more of like a necklace or like a bracelet or something that's easily taken off, taken on in the event of a battle, but comfortable enough to go to sleep in, maybe?
Huh.
This has never exactly been the giant way. Usually we grow abilities, not shrink them.
Right. It's
But-
special circumstances for everybody involved, I'm sure.
We do have shamans from our tribes who have done things including creating seals from the demon and devil planes. That's got to be hindering magic in some kind of way.
When you say demon and devil, you mean like demon and devil, not just like people you don't like, right? We're talking like other planes of existence sort
Yes,
of things.
other planes of existence, yes.
That sounds expensive
Um,
and a little frightening, to be honest.
well, that's what comes to mind when you talk about taking away magic.
Do you have
we
a
do-
name with somebody I could potentially follow up with?
Sure, yeah. Each of them will tell you a name of the shaman of their tribe and kind of where their tribes are located and such. I can pinpoint them on the map sometime after this session, just so you got
Yeah, sure.
ideas of where they all are.
No, I want them now.
Yeah, so they'll each give you that, and they'll say, just show one of the runes that we've given you guys, and they'll know you're a friend.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Well, which way will you be going? And cut back to the world map here.
That way.
You got two choices. You can either take one of their small boats and head by water to get to... I need to make another dot here.
We probably need to scry on her just to verify or get an idea of maybe where she is.
What was I gonna say? They so the main city of Holbeck is at the very tip of the bay there, and then you've got other little towns that kind of surround it. So you can either take one of their boats that they'll allow you to, if you want to just go along the water there, although these boats are not very fast, they're not like ships or anything. Or you can just travel by land, kind of up the coast, and just kind of roll through these various towns and farmlands and such until you get up to Holbeck.
We have a date with Maz, right? Like we had like a set, hey, we'll be here this time, and
Yes.
we've already said like, hey, we're gonna be a little late.
Yeah, that is actually one thing. Audra, in the middle of the night, you would be getting a message from Poe saying like, Are we still on for one day from today? 'Cause,
Yes, we had a
it would be-
scrimmage. We will be there.
You're late because of a scrimmage.
It was worth it. We came out on top and are better off in terms of our skills and abilities at our disposal.
I thought you were late because you were attacked at sea.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened first. And then we were attacked a
the
second
scrimmage,
time by
we
a
were
man
camping for the night anyway.
Then we were attacked
Time,
a second
technically.
time by a man with giant frogs.
We were duped by a frog boy.
Then there was
The
a
last
scrimmage.
attack was consensual.
Yeah, that
I like
was a tussle, a friendly tussle.
Uh-huh.
Rumble and berserkshire, if you will.
It seems like you guys can just keep on communicating back and forth because he's got your name in his book.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he just keeps on writing and you keep on hearing stuff. Well, I'm glad that you are still on schedule and you not be further delayed. Mazadon is already irate at the delay.
Get over it.
So we're gonna go home instead.
Tell him to shove it. If he's
Rain,
mad,
shut
tell
up.
him go.
Shut your mouth, Rain. Shut up.
I will.
Tell him to go crying to Lowpaw about it.
I
God, we're dead.
I will do you the best of favors and not pass along that message.
I'm gonna have to move and change my identity. I'm gonna have to work as a manager in a Cinnabon.
And that was the last we ever saw of the STEM Guardians.
That thing is
So
adorable.
whatever is gonna get us there faster, probably the better idea there.
Yes.
It's about this. Due to how small
Shit.
the boat is, it's about the same.
Boats
Oh,
make me nervous. We've had bad luck with the water.
I mean, have we though? We've stolen our fair share of boats. We've had technically
Yeah.
okay luck,
Yeah, I
but
guess that's like 1 out of 5.
And the boats that
Time's
tried to
been
sink
bad.
us think they sunk us, right? So
right, we were faster at sinking them. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree though. I'm good for a walk.
I think so too. I don't want to
Unless
Well,
fight more boats.
With boats,
Uh-huh.
we can fish for food.
I mean, we can still fish for food if we follow the.
Oh
The
yeah,
water.
you're right. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
But also, in the event that those boats are actually transformers, we're fucked.
Hunter, you would not really be familiar with this side of the coast as much, but you've been on the other side of the coast before a number of times where you've seen a number of these small villages. And there's very little going on. You don't suspect
Mhm.
there'd be much trouble there.
That's just what they want us to think.
So what we do is, the next time that somebody approaches us with literally anything,
We say yes.
we say, "Darling boy,"
We accept
we
their
say,
generous.
we say no, because the last time it happened, everything kind of went tits up there. So
What do
we're
you
going
mean?
to walk through. We're going to say we have very important things,
give.
stuff and things, indeed. And
Very
we're going to
important stuff
go.
to
We're going
steal.
to go meet Matt. I'm checking my pockets real quick.
Very
We're
valuable
going to go
things and don't
first.
steal them
We're
from
going
us.
to, right? We're going to go meet Maz immediately.
Mhm.
How about that, dear boy?
All right. Yeah. All right. So taking the coast, walking, no boats.
No boats.
No boats. Okay. If we take a boat, we can fish while we go. If we walk, we have to stop to fish.
But also,
think
if we're
that's a
in
lot.
another boat, we might get attacked by another speedboat thing,
Yeah. Okay.
and then
walking.
have to walk anyway.
Walking. I'll say aye.
Walking.
Aye. That's 3.
My knees
All right.
say no, but my heart says yes.
I think Audra's praying. Is
All
Tony
right.
frozen?
Audra, do you want to
No.
walk?
Oh, he's frozen.
Wait, what?
we weren't sure if Tony was frozen
No,
or not.
sorry, no. Someone sent me like a monumentally long, like, Twitter apology style message.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm like,
no.
what just hit me? Anyways, it's fine. It doesn't actually like affect me anyway, but it was sent to me. Now I'm frozen.
I think we're just voting on walking versus taking a boat. So sounds like the majority has
Yeah, I'm
taken a
Walking.
taking a walk anyway.
Alright.
There was some talk of doing a scry before you head out. Are you guys doing that?
It's a new day. We can scry again.
Scry,
I mean-
method, just do whatever.
We
The
can scry if we wanna.
question
We're
is, do
already
we
like
want...
3 days.
Right. Do we want to save it? Oh, the long rest button. Thank you, Artem. Do we want to just save it until we're closer, so we're not expending potential resources that we need?
Yeah,
Like
'cause
in
I mean
case
we're
I
at
need
least
the slot.
we're at least
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
days
Sure.
from where we last saw her anyway, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
makes-
I think we could do a scrying if you still have the spell slot before we go to sleep the next
Sounds
night.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
So what you're saying
Yeah.
is, I'm gonna flame strike the next thing we see, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Follow your
I mean,
heart.
Sure.
Some goblin
You
is
could
gonna
also
get
dream
just
to her.
shard. Ooh, we
All
could
right.
Free
dream to her.
samples! Free sample!
Dreaming to
so-
Dahlia might actually be a good idea, but
I don't know
guys-
about that.
Mm-mm.
You guys will make your way along the coast, and you will pass a
Well, that's
number of small
Ooh.
towns.
Pretty.
Not much will be going on in these towns. There are little notice boards and small missions, should you want them, that are like early Witcher style things, or like somebody's made off with my pan, and some other kind of BS stuff.
Maz, we're gonna be a
Um,
week late. We have to find this pan.
Had to 100% this town for the platinum trophy.
Yeah.
But
100% it on the way back.
Okay.
Guys, I'm
There's
not sure
another
about this
griffin.
one. He wants a chicken, but it's suggested level 20.
yeah,
Wait,
so you
there's
don't
3
really.
witches with very realistically rendered genitalia in this quest. What's going on? Did you guys hear about that?
No.
When the next gen like patch came out, you know, it was like it hit new consoles and it was like on PC playing 4K whatever. Somehow it ended up looping in like someone made like a realistic genitals mod.
Oh,
And so when
yeah.
everybody did the quest with like the 3 Fate Weavers, whatever they were called, it was just like blam, and everybody was like, what? And somehow CD Projekt Red was like, somehow it literally did not intend that. It just happened to bring in the mod with like really high graphical fidelity, and so.
Basically, I think a developer had it installed and pushed it without realizing that
Yeah.
they had
Oh.
it installed.
Yeah, that's what happened. And so it was like, ma'am, yeah.
God damn it, Witcher.
So anyway, we're skipping these
Anyway,
side quests.
yeah, anyways, you go through here, and there's not really much going on at this point. So you make your way through without at all, unless there's yourselves. There's probably a chance to get a little bit of coin, but not very much. So assuming that no one really wants to do anything in these small little towns that you go through.
Trying to see. I may have to. Good on arrows. Good on daggers. Good on soap.
I have the cursed soap. If we ever really need soap.
I got Gregor's tooth. What'll that get me? No, I
My
think.
heart.
Right. I'm good. I think.
All right. Moving on. Eventually, towards the evening, you will get to the north city of Holbeck, which is it's a pretty established development that has certainly sprawled out a bit. It looks like it was a pretty popular trading city and port. It's got a good amount of like rock walls around, so it's reasonably fortified. Certainly not like you would see in a more imperial city, though. Lots of ships docked along kind of the harbor area out front, and then kind of from the harbor there's this really cool like whale skeleton that you kind of like walk underneath the whale, like the rib cage, like it's a hallway, and you walk through there, and then eventually gates to get into the city. Let's see.
Was
So-
this just an excuse? Be honest with me. An excuse to share some really pretty landscapes?
Yeah, sure.
So-
Your description reminds me there's like a metal whale skeleton sculpture in
What the
Iceland.
fuck? That's
Oh, that's
tight.
cool. Nice. All right, so you get into the city and it is hustling and bustling. There's what would you call it? Like the street merchants and stuff that are hawking their wares. You got fresh fish, you got various dried salted meats, and then basically every kind of good you could imagine seems to be there. You hear like a metal worker off in the distance, and then there's all sorts of people who like check out these beads, check out this bracelet, and like people have got like just all sorts of stuff like necklaces made of shark teeth, all sorts of things you could imagine coming through here. And so there's kind of lots of hustling and bustling, and I guess at some point you gotta find Mazadon wherever he would be. What do you guys want to do when you get to this?
If I spent like 3 gold on tchotchkes, would you be able to throw a list at me by next week?
Sure.
All right.
For finding Maz, I just walk into town and scream his name as loud as possible.
Don't do that. Would he be the sort to be in the longhouse, perhaps?
I mean,
Like,
we
are
have
there-
we have sendings. Like it's easy to just be like, hey, where are we meeting?
Poe, where
Isn't-
are you? Texting.
Right, I was about to say, isn't Poe's name in the book?
It
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
is, so I can.
Okay.
We want to do the D&D version of share my location on like iPhone.
Why don't we post up near the White Whale? Is there an inn either in the White Whale or near it?
Standing by the whale skeleton, where are you?
And a selfie
which-
with it.
Which one are you doing? Are you saying we're by the whale skeleton, or are you wanting to go to the White Whale, which is kind of more like a lounge club than it is a tavern? Hunter
Oh.
knows of it, but I don't know if anybody else knows.
I didn't realize that. No, we should totally
yeah.
go to the lounge.
Yeah, let's take a load off. They can meet us over there. Check out, find some lodging, you know?
Did Hunter ever explain to the others that when that one Goliath guy was saying the wet willy, you have a feeling that he meant the white whale?
I don't think
Yep.
I don't know if
I
I
got
said
that.
it out loud, but like,
Okay.
it could go either way.
Okay. All right. So, sorry. Where are you guys meeting Poe then?
What do y'all think? White Whale? Yeah, let's hit the lounge. Do we want to like grab a room, put our stuff down, and then head over?
Perhaps Mazadon already has rooms that we could use. Let's not waste money if they are set up.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's grab a drink.
Alrighty. So telling. Sorry, I'm still not clear. I'm hearing different things.
White
Are
Whale.
you? Okay. Going over to the White Whale. This is a place unlike any you've seen before. On the outside, it looks like a big hall, only rivaled by like the Grand Longhouse, up kind of on top of a hill, on the kind of the northern side of town, where the local jarl lives and has his great hall. But over kind of on the what is that? That would be the western side of town. You've got this other hall that looks pretty nice as well on the outside. But when you go on the inside, it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. If anybody's got any royalty-free club music to play, basically everything in here is completely foreign to you. Hunter, you would have heard from somebody in the past that this is very, for this world, very Eastern influenced. So other than here, you've never really seen anything quite like it. The music is much more bass heavy. It uses a bit of instruments that you haven't really heard before, and there's just also with like illusion magic, just like beams of light that kind of shoot across. But it to any of the rest of you besides Hunter, this is very bizarre. Never seen anything quite like it. When you go into this place, yeah, immediately there's kind of like fog that's kind of creeped along the ground. There's kind of lights shooting out. There's a whole bunch of tables around the center. There's a dance floor area, and then there's kind of like a VIP lounge with some really nice seats that are kind of on a little like half-raised level up above to the side. Not too long after you get in there, there's kind of a hefty walrus man who goes, "Hey, Hunter!" And you recognize him as Walther, the not the owner of the place, but the guy who kind of manages the day-to-day things who you delivered shipments to before. And just so I can bring you over to the page, one other guy that you guys would kind of instantly clock in the back, who's like somebody who's way more extra than everyone else, is a snow leopard tabaxi wearing snow leopard clothing, just like over the top extra. So let's bring you over to the White Whales page.
Oh my god.
Walther, I'm back in town. These are my friends. We're doing some work. Mixed business and pleasure. Thought we'd come visit.
Well,
How you been?
It's good to see you, but have you got any pumpkin ale for us?
I wish we had more. I'm gonna pull out one of my final 2 bottles of the pumpkin brandy. Say, this is the last I got, and it's got your name on it.
Oh, just one? Well, I guess this will get us by a little bit. What do we owe you?
This is private stock, and it's just for you. Yeah, I'll see about getting you a proper shipment for the bar later this season. But this one's special direct just for you.
Well, gosh, I don't know what to say.
All you have to say is thank you and good to see you.
Well, thank you. It is great to see you.
There we go.
So, what can we help you with?
Oh man, well, we're just catching some R&R before we have ourselves a meeting and find us a place to crash. Honestly, actually, now that I think about it, you might be able to help me. There's someone we've been looking for. Nothing bad, no one's in trouble here. But there's this artist who, she goes by the name the Icewind Dahlia. You heard of her?
Oh. Well, sure. She's come in here before.
When was the last time you seen her? Again, no one's in trouble here.
Oh gosh, maybe a week or 2 ago.
Maybe a week. Any idea where they're headed?
No.
No? Alright. It's one of these things, trying to network, doing a little networking, trying to find some work, trying to give some work. A little column A, column B kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Well, let me talk with the boss man, and well, it never seemed like it was the right time to introduce you before, but maybe now it could be.
Oh man, if I'd have known it would take a bottle and a name drop, I would have done that a long time ago, friend.
Well, now you know.
All right, I'm gonna get gussied up and get us all on point. When should we be ready? Is that to now or today?
I don't know.
Oh, to meet with the... Love the music in here, by the way.
I'm sick of it. Can barely hear myself think sometimes. But, the kids like it.
Yeah, can't account for taste. Oh.
Well, I'll go talk with him and see what the deal is. It could either be like right now, or it could be a bit later if he's busy.
All right, we'll tell you what. We'll put our feet up in here, have ourselves a couple rounds, and check in on us when you can. And don't hear from you within an hour, we'll head off and find a bed. You know what I mean?
All sounds good. It was good to see you, Hunter. I'll be in touch.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Bigger than a bear hug.
I'm paying special attention to make sure he hasn't lifted anything off of me.
All right, roll deception.
Deception?
Sorry, I mean perception.
Uh,
Wow, you guys
Oh
rolled
my
the
God, that
exact same
plus
thing.
10. Well,
You know
I
that
beat.
that Key and Peele clip where like they go through all the people he likes, some of them he doesn't like others, and then there's like the one guy who's like they both kind of like stab each other in the back a little bit. It's a little like that, just like, all right, yeah, love in there. So you kind of like check around and you're like, okay, no. It seems like he was maybe trying for something, but it was all in good fun.
All
And
right.
just let it. It's something you could just let go.
Absolutely.
Um.
In fact, here's the drop.
And so Walther is going to go off and talk with this over-the-top extra. What was I going to say? Leopardkin, this tabaxi. And so what are other people doing in there? Is this when they're sending to Poe? What are the rest of you guys doing?
I think, yeah, well, Rain will write the message to Poe letting him know where they are. Thankfully, she's not on a phone call because otherwise she'd be like, "Yes, I'm here at this club."
Yeah, luckily volume is not an issue, and you write to him, and then he'll write back, saying, "Just stay there. I'll come find you."
Tell him to hurry.
She writes, "I can't hear you."
I really
Frowny
think only
face.
Hunter's enjoying this. Can you imagine if Anwar was with us? Actually, this might be exactly
I was
the
about
thing
to
he
say
needs.
Anwar might be a rave kid. We don't know.
This might be the thing Anwar needs like 4 dudes like this tabaxi to be like, hey, come with us. Just hang out for a bit. Like he needs to have it, you
Anwar's-
know what I mean?
Anwar's just gonna produce some glow sticks.
Yeah.
I can also see the exact opposite where his suit just mutes all the sound. He's like, "I'm good."
Right?
I cast silence on myself. Alrighty. So everybody's just waiting until Poe gets there then?
Yeah, I'll throw a couple gold
so.
to get some like bottle service or like drinks and appetizers for
Alrighty.
the table.
Sounds good. While you're waiting, you are gonna see Walther go over to this tabaxi and kind of like lean down, whisper in his ear, and the tabaxi's gonna look over towards your way, and Walther's gonna kind of point at you. He's gonna turn back up, kind of look at Walther, and eventually just kind of like shoo him away, and then you'll see that he just raises up like 5 minutes. So that's currently what's going on there. And not too long after, before those 5 minutes are up, you are going to see a very dapper looking gentleman come on in with a raven on his shoulder.
That's badass.
And another raven just kind of flies and swoops in and lands up on a beam up high in the club, and he's gonna kind of come forward, kind of strutting his step quite a bit with his cane, and he's going to look over to Hunter and be like, "Oh yes, that's the man I want to see." And he's going to come on over and sit down, plop down. All right, would you guys think that you would find a booth over where it's quieter, or would you be out near
I
like
would
the
love
main
to find a
tables or
booth
dancing?
where it's quieter.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so for a few gold you can get into the VIP access. Really nice bottle. We'll say 10 gold if you want the VIP access area that's like kind of got a corner.
Wait.
pay it.
Can we? Okay, I was about to say, who the fuck is paying for this? Because I can't.
Now somehow Hunter is the one who's rich.
have you had this much money the whole time?
Not
He
the whole
had
time.
a heist that was very, very fruitful.
I had a gig. It
A
worked
gig.
out. It worked out.
It worked out.
Seems legit, Rain.
Oh man, I get to do one of these.
I trust you.
That's your
Oh, you
mistake.
Pay for it a little bit.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
What'd you do? Okay. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
What?
Guys, we're gonna be in trouble all the time now.
Bruh.
Created
Well,
a monster.
Hopefully the good deception will keep you out of trouble, because they'll just go along with what you say. It's the getting caught that gets you in trouble.
It's true.
So in any case, he'll plop on deck to you and say, well, it's been quite a long time since I've seen you. How you doing?
Not bad. How are your feathers tickling you?
They tickled my bum just fine, thank you.
All right.
So, you're late, and I just wanted to smooth things over before we go over. Mazadon has a very special guest from far away, and he wants you to meet. And I believe we have kept this visitor waiting, and that is why Mazadon is so irate. So I hope you have a very good, consistent reason why you're late.
Yep. Yeah,
I
it
mean,
sucks.
all of the reasons that were given were true, though.
Oh yeah, we're not blowing smoke here. It's our ship got a hole in it, and we didn't make the hole. To be fair,
Who
We
made the
didn't-
hole?
there were these like boats with drivers that weren't real. It was like there were these wooden men driving them, but they weren't really driving them. It's some Anwar shit. You can ask him when he catches up.
Oh yeah,
He'll be-
where is Anwar? Anyway, did he die in the wreck? What happened?
No.
Yes.
He had, yes. Yep. Yeah, we had to
Just
bury him on the side of the
was-
road.
It
No,
was-
no.
No, that one was a joke.
Yeah, he had business to attend to.
Yes.
He's got some stuff to catch up on, but he'll catch up with us here in a day or two.
Poe is in a bad mood today.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm not in a bad mood. Maz is in a bad mood, and I'm trying to fix a broken situation.
Is there anything we can bring to help him feel better, or is this just kind of a
I suppose going right now would probably make him feel a little better.
Now would be good as long as we're all on the same page about things. We just need to make sure that he realizes we're giving him the utmost respect. Cause yeah, showing up late and with one of you missing, he'll probably be quite disappointed. If you'd like, I could go out ahead and try to smooth it over a little before you get there, or we can all go in together. Which would you prefer?
You know, you done enough. I think you going in to keep cleaning up would just
Make us look
Yeah.
worse, maybe.
yeah. Let's all go ahead. All right, we're all settled up here. Actually, I paid up front, so we're good to go. There we go. So,
Very well then. No further delay. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's just at that time that the 5-minute mark hits, and Walter comes over. He's like, "Hey, he'll see you now."
shit. Why don't you sit down and have a drink, Poe? I'll be right back.
What the fuck?
Can we make it so Kamira and Poe say that at the same time?
Oh. I was this close to writing in the book that we were on our way. Thank God I didn't write it.
I'm so glad you
Of course
didn't.
write it.
Man, Poe, you need a raise, I swear.
I need a vacation.
Yeah, you do. We'll take you. We're planning on going to a beach in an episode in a week or so.
Okay, well, maybe we'll take a trip to the hot springs or something. But in
That
any
sounds
case, it business first. If you've got any remaining business, try to keep it to a limited amount of time.
I sure will. I'll keep it quick and clean.
Thank you. And so
Try those jalapeno poppers. They're to die for.
So Hunter's gonna start walking on towards towards the tabaxi is so you're kind of off in one quiet corner, and you can kind of just like go down a hall that kind of rides the side of the club to get to the very other end, where it's one of those booths that like is completely like circular, and so he's just at the edge of the semicircle there, and he is completely alone. He doesn't seem to have groupies or anything. It's just him, and he's got a like a chilled. It's what would it be? Kind of like one of those. Have you ever had? It's like a lemonade infused with like mixed with milk or something. I'm trying to remember what they're
A
called.
limoncello?
Maybe. He's just having some. We'll say it's some kind of frozen milk drink.
Okay,
Kinda
so
like
like a White Russian or a mudslide or
Yeah. We'll call it a call it
Okay.
a White Russian, but in this case, it's a White Berserkshire. we'll call it a White Eastern. It's something that he's got from out east. Yeah, all of his clothing, everything seems like foreign to most of you. So is everybody coming with Hunter, or is it just Hunter?
I don't want to be alone in this club.
Did he call everyone over, or is it just like an invitation for Hunter?
It was unclear, so you guys have to make that choice.
I don't think Rain would volunteer. She'll keep Poe company.
someone's got to
I'll
keep him
go.
calm.
I'll go
Alright.
with you.
I will stay here then, so just to make sure everybody has a buddy. No offense, Poe. Just a buddy within our party.
Yeah, don't you remember when we were buddies?
Oh,
We're still...
Oh, that's right. We all know him.
I would
Oh.
like to catch up while we've got the time. What have you been up
Yes,
to?
Poe, we are still buddies. And now that I've got your attention, have you heard the word about the becoming?
oh
Oh,
God.
You mention him every time we talk now. Yes. So that starts a dialogue, and we'll cut over to the tabaxi, where Walther will kind of step up and kind of introduce and be like, Hunter, and I'm sorry I didn't get your name, miss.
Chimera.
Hunter and Chimera, this is Armando. He is the owner of this establishment, and a very good friend. Here you go. And Armando will just kind of curl up a little bit and place his hands up. So, your business?
Armando, I'd like to first off say thank you very much for sitting with us, taking your time. I know it's valuable, so I'll do
You
my
can
best not
dispense
to
with the
waste it.
pleasantries. I hear it all the time. It's quite boring.
All right, in that case, good to fucking see you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hell yeah.
Another day of freedom and enjoying the atmosphere.
And the atmosphere you've created here, top notch. Heard word of some dealings, and I was told that this meeting should happen.
The floor is yours.
Oh, the floor is mine. Well, there's a certain individual we're trying to find. Again, no one in trouble. But
So you want information?
yeah, and I heard there might be some sort of squid pro quo on the floor.
I take offense to the squid pro quo, but I do enjoy exchanging stories for stories. If it's a
Alright.
story you want, I'm curious. What is it that you're after?
Well, we're trying to find an artist, a particular artist, a very talented artist. Goes by the name Icewind Dahlia. I know they were coming through here, but having trouble pinning them down.
A very talented artist indeed, a master, you would say. I've commissioned some work for her before.
Yeah. Any idea where they're headed, where they're going to be? Maybe where they'll be in a week?
I may know for a price.
All right, what's that price?
Well, let's just say that she gave me something worth 1,000 gold, so I could point her in the direction of where to go. So if I were to give you this information, why should it cost you any less?
Oh man, that is a good question. 'Cause, you know, your time is well worth that.
Oh, it's not my time. It's my resources and my knowledge.
Yeah.
I
Well-
do love putting a price tag on it.
Yeah. Well, you know, thing that's always bothered me, money, it comes and it goes. The things that bother me are, it's that damn to-do list, you know? I know I have one, Kamira has one, I'm sure you have one. And those pesky little to-do lists can drag on and on. They can get kind of lengthy, and I am sure there are a couple things on that there to-do list that you do not feel like to doing.
That's fair.
I'd
Are
be
you
happy to take some
suggesting
of that
that
load
you'll
off.
fetch something for?
You know, I can fetch things. I've been known to make things not be where they're supposed to be. You know, now and then I can erase things, but you know, if there's something on the to-do list to be done, then I can do it today or tomorrow or to now.
Just as you're finishing up that statement, you just hear like a caw! You just see like from across the hall, just like two of the ravens are just like caw, caw!
Speaking of the Tanao,
We are in a timeline. I'm sorry. I'll
we are.
speed up my dialogue here.
Well, if that's the case, then you've caught me at a disadvantage. I didn't think that there would be somebody offering something. Although there are others who have offered before. What makes you think that you would be so good at getting things for me?
I'm sorry, the music's pretty loud in here. What'd you say?
What about you makes you think that you are capable of doing things for me that I've not already been able to get done myself? Or through other people that I already do business with? What's so special about you is what I'm trying to say.
Does he not know who we are?
I don't think he knows who we are. Shit, you know, I've been talking to Walther here and there. I am surprised he has not sung our praises, or at least, you know, name drop a little bit. Hadn't told you shit about us.
I remember you as the delivery boy?
Oh yeah, well, that's just kind of like the surface level of what I do, you know.
Okay.
Oh man, I've got to have. Do we have any Oh my God, the name of the things you buy them in gift shops for places you go to.
Magnets.
No, well, sometimes, but
Souvenirs.
Souvenirs.
Souvenirs, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Souvenirs. Do we have any souvenirs?
You've got your
Organizers.
dagger of poisoning mind.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have that. We
I'll-
have masks. We
I'll
have
pull that, and then the I'll set down the dagger of poisoning mind, and after a pause, I'm gonna pull out the moonish blade and set that down. And then I'm gonna.
He's gonna immediately look over to that thing. Do you have any idea what this is? He's gonna immediately. May I? He's just gonna like open up this or unsheath it a little
I am
bit.
going
Look at some of the
to-
inscriptions.
I am going to, when he reaches for it,
Mhm.
slide it back.
I
Do you have
believe
any
you
idea?
wanted exchange of information.
I think you know what this is, and I'm going to go ahead and re-inventory those two items.
Now that's worth 1,000 gold.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's worth much more than that, but I've made some certain promises. The point is, no corner chump is going to have what I've got. And no corner chump is going to be alive this long after having something like this. And no corner chump is going to be rolling with a crew that can keep this dickhead in line long enough to survive having... You get what I'm saying. You pick it up.
Alrighty, you may have some skill. Come back tonight. I will have something lined up for you.
Gladly. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
The pleasure's all mine. Always good to know when we have a new artist in town. I think that's where
It was
we'll...
lovely meeting you. I'm pushing back.
We gotta go!
I think that is where we will call a bathroom break and intermission.
All right, let me get the screen.
Bathroom break!
Be right back. Speaking of being
That's why I
glad
think...
you weren't streaming, we're back.
Ooh,
Oh, if only
boy.
people knew.
Welcome back to the break. The break where we definitely weren't talking about tentacle porn.
Okay,
Just
with the music
realize-
going right now, it literally sounds like you're bringing us into a radio station.
Just realized that I've been muted for the past while.
Oh, no.
So,
Well, not for any of the stream, so it's all good.
yeah. So coming
were
back
you
in.
sitting there like, guys, we ready yet? Guys, we're ready.
I was just saying, like, all right, I think I'm finally ready to go and stuff.
Just ignored
No
you.
one heard any of that.
Yeah, we were right on
So,
Well, we're
it's
back.
okay. I was working on some stuff. So, you guys get the message that, come back later, and he'll have something for you to maybe have something worth his while to give you information. Poe is like, get the fuck over here, let's go! Remember, on best behavior, and just do your best to be respectful, maybe make some apologies for running late, such. You know how to be people, I hope.
Why are we apologizing to this man? We do everything for him.
Because he just...
So it's not like we could have prevented being attacked.
Okay, well then at least give a good explanation, if not apologizing.
Sure,
I think
sure.
risking our lives and surviving an assassination attempt is a very good excuse.
Listen,
for
when
arriving
I'm
at
late,
game.
whether it's my fault or not, I still say sorry for, or at the very least, I say thank you for waiting.
I would say thank you for waiting, I think, in this particular case.
Good enough then. Alrighty.
Sorry, Poe.
Um,
I know you're doing your best, telling.
And again, when we go to the hot springs, you're coming with us because you've earned it.
I would really appreciate that. So we currently have he's currently waiting for us at the Grand Hall, hosted by the Jarl. So expect to see him, Maz, and the Jarl, and our special guest. His name is Atlas. So just do the best to be good. And he'll just knock on the door, and
Wait,
then
as we're walking, can we ask about who is Atlas? Get some background info.
What is
Sure,
an
sure.
Atlas?
Atlas is...
How is an Atlas?
Atlas is from the Far East. He's quite old. He is as far as I can tell, he is a aquatic elf. And even for an elf, he seems quite old. I imagine he's hundreds of years old. He and Macedon have been talking for some time. He seems quite powerful in the ways of magic. He teleported here.
That is very
So
powerful.
that's a neat ability, and I can only imagine what other ability he has to do that. He seems quite wise. It seems like he's got a story for many things. But then there's times where they just kind of shoot me out of the room, and there's some things that I am not privy to know. So whatever they got in store for you, it must be something big.
All right.
Great.
And then, of course, the Jarl is Lord Barrington. He's well respected in these parts. Hunter, as you know him, I would assume.
Yeah, more or less.
There are some rumors going about that he is indeed a bear. These are false. There's a slander. He's just a human. You can hear him. He talks and everything. I don't know where these rumors come from.
Oh, cause like the name Barrington. Man, that's just...
Yeah, of course he comes from like the bear tribe. And he wears the bear skin and everything, but that doesn't mean he himself is a bear. I don't know where these rumors come from.
Yeah,
There's this crazy rumor where like he spent his entire life on some kind of ruse to then like trick people into making him their Jarl. And that's just simply not the case.
You know, people latch onto the weirdest stuff and just run with it. These forums of people that decide to just talk slander, yeah, it gets crazy, you know.
So anyways, he's been sensitive to it, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that the rumors are false.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Lord Barrington's a lord of the realm. A big bear of a man. Yeah,
He was
but like,
duly elected by the members of this city.
yeah, he's the lord, ain't he?
Yeah, a jarl even.
Jarl.
I think they say jarl instead of lord here.
Oh,
Sorry, so Jarl Barrington. That's a bit to say. So sometimes I just say Lord Barrington. But any case, we're here. And he's gonna knock on the door, and you're just gonna hear a big booming, "Come in." Oh, okay then. What's this? Not a bear.
Yeah, obviously.
So you just hear a lock, or kind of like an unlocking happen, and then Poe opens the door, and there's no one there right at the door. But way deep in, you see a long table, a fire down at the end, where 3 people are sitting around the fire, and as told to you, it is indeed Mazadon, an aquatic elf you've never met before, and a guy in a big bear suit, it seems. Who you can surmise is Atlas and Lord Barrington.
I mean, bear skins are warm. It's cold out this way. It makes sense.
Alright, so, thank you for waiting. Here, after quite a bit of strife, I present to you, Miss Chimera, and Rain, and Hunter, and Audra. And you just hear a, "We've been waiting for... Come have a seat."
Thank you. I assure you, we are also upset. We intended to be here much sooner. This holdup has been an entire pain in the ass, so I appreciate your patience. We appreciate your patience.
I
Very
don't
much
mean to hold up the meeting any longer, Macedon says, but I must ask, what exactly was the reason for this delay?
Well,
Well,
someone tried to kill us.
But
again,
like in an extravagant sort of way. It's not just a normal everyday like attempt.
yeah, we didn't just
a
run
boat
into
was attacked.
somebody and they tried to kill us. We were shepherded away on a boat. Limited knowledge. This was a underboard.
This
Either
was
way.
an ambush?
Certainly felt like it.
That or a
Were
hunting
they
trip.
Imperial?
No, it
Some
didn't appear to
sort
be.
of autonomous boats.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
No one was driving them.
That's
It's like little-
absurd.
Like
they tore
little
our
wooden
boat
men.
apart though.
Well,
you
not that
know-
absurd with magic.
Yeah, you know Anwar, right? You know how he like
Yes.
fiddles with stuff and like gears and
Speaking
shit.
of, where is he? Was he killed?
He's
No,
fiddling
no.
with stuff.
Yeah,
Presently.
he's fine. He's fiddling with stuff. He's got some business to attend to, but he'll be catching up to us as soon as possible.
So he could be here, but he chooses not to be.
No. He was hemmed up. There were matters he had to attend to. He was obligated to attend to, and we assured him
I
that
believe
we could handle it without his presence necessary.
Mazadon.
Atlas
I
is
believe
just
by
gonna kind of...
hanging behind
Sorry, go ahead.
now, I believe by hanging behind now, it will prove better for him in the long run. Better for him and for our cause.
just kind of piping up, like raising his hand to make himself a little bit bigger. I tried to do the best I could to make the proportions roughly right
it's
on
pretty
the
funny.
page here.
I like it.
Atlas just says, I believe that we can forgive them for any hurdles that they faced. Please, if he cannot be here, he cannot be here. That's quite all right. I am so happy to meet you all. I have waited a number of of days. You've been on quite a journey, it sounds like. It sounds like you have journeyed over to the Castle Hill and returned. I am curious about how that occurred. Were you successful in what you had wanted to achieve? Or did you come back in retreat in failure?
They're referencing the trip to.
Vampire Land, yeah.
Yeah, we were successful. Got out by the skin of our teeth, which is lucky streak continues. Yeah, we found some bad news about one of our associates, but that has been dealt with, for better or for worse.
Interesting. I'm Atlas, by the way. Sorry for not giving proper introductions. Big voices in the room. No offense.
None taken. Simply an observation.
I think they were talking about these two.
Audra
But,
looks down at the two of you and then looks up at them.
Humble yourself, Audra.
Oh, right.
Prostate yourself.
In any
I don't think you pronounced that correctly, Hunter.
I'm pretty sure I read it in one of Onwar's books.
Master Mazadon here has... Oh, I should also say that, just to give a little more of a description of him. So yeah, you see all sorts of wrinkles on his face, which you don't often see for him. And he is draped in all sorts of, like, seashells and various looking like purposeful magical attire. But it looks more like it's almost like a cloak of various seashells and things like that. Definitely does not look like a physical warrior of any kind. And he gives off an odd kind of fishy smell as well. Just part of being an aquatic elf. Most of the sea elves you have seen have been captains in the Empire, so this is the first time you've seen one that was apparently on your side. But he'll continue. So, Master Mazadon here has given me an understanding that you have encountered an Elithid before, yes, at his, it was what the Fort Multra. Is this true?
Yep.
So you've been able to go into the facility of an Elithid and managed to kill one and escape.
Yes.
More or less, yeah.
I do have some concern, though, as apparently he has also described that you made a deal with a separate Elithid.
Yeah, kind of one of them deal with the devil to deal with the devil. Situation.
Actually, quite a funny story. We actually almost accidentally killed him too in the process.
Yeah.
We
Probably should have.
Probably should have. Yeah.
You had the chance.
Character,
retrospect.
I'm gonna get like the whole party says that at the same time. Probably should have.
Hindsight 2020, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm sure it won't come to bite us in the arse later.
I am quite curious. So you've somehow been able to do this, and then you go off into an area where no one has escaped for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And now here you are, successful in your mission. Who the bloody hell are you?
Well,
Solid question, sir.
we are affectionately known as the Slayer Flayers. Player
Slayer
Slayers.
There you go. There you go, darling. There you go, darling.
Player Slayers. You know?
I like that we're just introducing ourselves as like a fumbling bunch of idiots, but we've done some work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
basically we're too stubborn to die. Yeah, that's about it.
Period.
Yeah.
And if you did not kill this Illithid you made a deal with, are you on working terms with him?
Oh, hell no.
No,
So
he burned that bridge.
Yep.
you've
I mean,
burned that bridge.
I mean, there might be some way, but it would be one hell of a. I don't see any repairing that any mending that relationship.
Since
We can
you're
try if you want.
parting, since you're parting, has there been any communication with him?
No, right?
I
Not
really
with
want to
him.
say that we've had an instance where we've interacted with him. Either like I think Anwar had a dream involving him at one point,
Yep.
where homie was threatening, like, "Hey." But other than that, I don't think we've brushed with him directly.
We've reached out to some of his
Oh
one
no!
of his underlings.
Didn't he also? Wasn't he like body snatching somebody for a hot minute, and then we were like, "Yo, what's up, bud?" Or was
Yeah,
that
he was-
before?
He was taking control of Slipper Dan. Wait, what's his name?
Happy Dan.
Happy
Happy
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, he was getting in Happy Dan's head, but we solved that.
Right. So since then, it's just been the dream.
Since then, nothing. But we have
So he-
reached
he
out
had
to one of his
taken
associates.
He had taken over. He had an avatar, and you were able to neutralize that.
Yes, we were. He was spying on Lopaw and his activity.
This was months ago, though. At that point, I believe.
Well, for us, it feels like at least a year, but this is probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh God, was it only weeks
Sorry.
ago?
Probably.
I want to
Can't
say
remember,
it
was
was
this-
a couple of months.
Was it?
This was
it
before
before
Castle.
or after the time skip is the question.
It was
I'm not
before
good.
time.
okay, yeah, it was
skip,
before.
for sure.
4 times skip.
If it's
Yeah.
before the time skip,
Yeah.
yeah, that was months ago. Okay.
Okay.
Because we didn't Happy Dan come with Lopod during the little like fake lands meet when we were like, okay, well, now we gotta like get rid of him out of this body. Didn't we do that? Like he was controlling Lopa somehow, and then we did the thing with Anwar's dad.
Yeah, we dealt with
Yep.
him before.
Yeah,
We pulled your kid out.
yeah.
It was before then.
So and that was before time skip too, I believe.
Yeah.
Or did we
What happened
do?
just before the time skip?
I don't think it quite matters exactly when, but here's the
Sorry.
the deal. I come from a group of powerful people, and we are seeking out other powerful people like yourselves, apparently. And it would help. This is just kind of the handshake, so to speak. I'm currently here to learn about you. If you have been inside the Fort Moltra, I will exchange that if you will tell me everything you know about this location and what might be an obstacle inside, I will give you some information that may shed some light on the origins of the Empire you may not know. And then, if we feel like we can work together, I may come back with specific requests I must meet with my order after I have finished speaking with you, so we can discuss how you could be most useful if you're willing to help us fight the Empire. Perhaps you've outgrown the shell that is this area, and perhaps are ready to move into a larger world.
Is it okay if we take a quick team huddle?
I suppose.
All right, I appreciate that. You guys bring it.
He thinks we're badasses. That's crazy.
Guys, we just hit the fucking big leagues.
I don't.
I don't see
a
anyone else doing this. Can we just
I would
For
have to
immersion,
squat
thank
down
you.
very low.
You're doing great. All right, so
I-
like, is this a yes?
I don't see any reason why we shouldn't give the information if someone wants to attack Fort Multra. Well, they probably would not succeed, but it's not a bad thing.
I feel
Oh, hey,
as
Audra.
if
Yeah.
I feel as if hers is more like this.
Yeah.
I feel as if our path is inevitably going to take us to Fort Multra, and it would be best to have others with us when that happens, especially
Yeah.
ones that are so eager to attack already.
She's got a point.
In addition to that, though, to make it worthwhile, outside of just the standard, hey, this is what is inside, do we want to give him? Sorry, do we want to give him more personal details, or do we want to keep that secret?
When you say
I-
personal details, you mean the
I mean-
anti-us's.
No, I actually meant Rain's situation or Keone's. In terms of their capabilities.
Well, Rain,
I think capabilities is fine. I'd rather not divulge who has been experimented on, for
I think that's fair.
I wouldn't want them to try and take Keone or me.
we
No,
turn around
I
and
agree.
we
Just
say,
the finer minutiae of it.
we turn
as
around and
opposed to
say, one
exactly
of
who."
us is an experiment, and if you can
Right.
guess, we will tell
We
you
know
what you
somebody.
want to know.
We liberated somebody from those circumstances, maybe.
Sure, yeah.
I do wonder if perhaps we
My
Need
arms
to
are getting
learn
so
more.
tired.
learn more
Matsu, we
about-
can stop this. It's a good bit. I appreciate y'all.
I mean, Audra's arms were just down, so
I-
I had it easy.
I feel as if we should learn more about their organization. We
Agreed.
know nothing about them, and if their goals align with ours, for all we know, they want to join the Illithid, and this is a strange tactic.
I'd like to assume that Macedon has done his own vetting, but
Yeah.
he doesn't exactly keep great company, so...
Yeah, I mean, he hired us.
He did, and we almost died to a tree at one point. Meanwhile,
We're never gonna live that down.
never, ever, no. I'm sorry.
No, I think you're right. He's very suspect. I mean, Knuckle was a vampire that killed children, and Lopar is a dictator.
Well,
He does not keep
Uh-huh.
good company.
No, he does not. Can I just like look up and smile, just like 1 second?
all right. Well, I do appreciate this offer. It's not a bad one. I am curious though, if what you're asking from us is a lot of current, up-to-date information, and it sounds like what you are offering is a history lesson. How is that gonna help us with all what we're doing?
I will
Valid question.
I will tell you more than just history, but I think the context is important to understand our strategy for now.
I think perhaps knowing about your group, your organization, and your plans would help us to know what to tell you about Fort Mocha. There's a lot of minutia. It is a fort.
Well, we are curious about this fort as one of many targets. I guess I should start at the beginning if you want to know my order is. I regret to say that I am part of the reason why the Empire is here. It was roughly 500 years ago when some overly ambitious wizards and other mages were wanting to expand the realm of what magic was capable of, and in our experiments we opened a portal, you could say, a rift within the ocean that led to a whole other plane. And in this plane there was a deeper ocean with monsters beyond comprehension. And he's going to describe very squid-like creatures of various forms and sizes, some of them massive sizes. And it was at this point that these things were able to escape through the portal that we created. We could not shut it, that they had taken over what we had started. And it became beyond our control. And they escaped. These aberrant beings escaped into our plane of existence. My group has been attempting to remedy this ever since. We live with the shame that this was our fault. If we could just undo this one decision, everything could be so much better.
So what
We
I'm
have to
hearing
live-
is, you spent so much time asking if you could, you forgot to ask if you should.
That is exactly what happened, yes. I could not have said it better myself.
So you're saying it's Jurassic Park and Pacific Rim together?
I don't
So if we-
understand these references.
So-
on books.
So if we decide to take this work, it would be a Pacific Rim job. A Jurassic Rim job.
My god.
You
Hunter,
gotta.
how about you sit down, my love?
You you have to
I'm in
spread
timeout.
Jurassic Park and get a Pacific Rim job.
Audrey, you can sit down too. Both of you have a seat.
Listen,
I think the day is it's been a long day.
Atlas, your story, it does resonate with me. I've made plenty of errors in my past too, things I wish I could change and undo. Of course we can't. All we can do is work with what we're given now.
Well, since then we have been seeking out the best, not just warriors, but the best users of magic, the best people we could find to help solve this problem. And so our reach is now global. And you are potentially one part of that. You may have heard that there has been quite a bit of strife within the Empire recently, in the past year or so.
We've
Are you
caused some of it.
What you have caused is very little, I'm afraid. I'm going to take you over to the world map. To the big world map that I haven't even fully finished fleshing out. There we go. I think it's all loading in. Your little change in balance over to the northwest is admirable, but just a tiny fraction of what is going on. About half a year ago, maybe a bit longer, we were able to use the power of wish to close the portal and disconnect them from the Great Old One, as they say. And that has caused quite a bit of chaos within their ranks. The Empire is currently in the midst of a civil war, of which your Cerebro wants to make a shot at it so he can become the new ruler of this world. We would like to see him stopped if possible, but there may be opportunity for them to fight amongst themselves to whittle down their numbers. But we are afraid of what he might be capable of. We have experience from other corners of the globe where rogue, illithid have learned our ways of magic and have grown in power quite considerably. So that is my interest in you all. You have gotten close to this Cerebro, and you have been at his base. I would like to know everything that you know about it. I would like to know everything you're capable of with your own abilities, so that way I may go back to my order and we can devise a plan.
All right.
What do you do when you defeat one of these illithid? If you have.
We have fought many illithid. Their numbers are much greater to the east. I don't understand. We kill them, we destroy their brains, so that way they can be devoured by another illithid. The illithid grow more powerful if they eat the brains of other illithid.
What do you do with their devices, machinery, items?
We destroy them. There is a certain amount of research that is done by some of our people, but mostly we destroy it so it cannot be reclaimed.
Okay. Well, in Anwar, you've got a great filter for research and development and what is worthy of researching, so we know what technology in the field to take back and what to destroy. I know I'd like to think that we as a unit are best used as a scalpel. We're not going to be on those front lines. We should be used as a strike team to take things out. We can be outnumbered easily, but if we can get into situations, get in and get out, that's where our strengths are going to lie. Now, I'm all about killing as many of these bastards as we can, getting their brains away from other illithid, so we're taking brains out of the equation, right? They can't use them, we've got them. We take their technology, either we use it, analyze it, or destroy it. As far as the base, I mean, I can map out what I can. I'm gonna start using minor illusion to kind of like build a replica on the table of just like a D&D table almost. Like the layout of the lair. Start kind of, if I'm forgetting anything, y'all just remind me.
Are you including the basement thing that you've seen through Rain's dreams?
I think we include the map of the area. I do not think we need to include the machinery. She'll message to you guys and basically be like, if they are researching these, please do not mention the devices that are being used to create whatever I am, whatever they're doing to Keone. That technology needs to simply be destroyed.
There might be a noticeable hesitation while I'm building out the map when I hear that.
Is everything okay? You can take your time. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Just making sure I'm giving a complete picture. And I'll draw it out. For now, I will... Am I able to respond from that mental message?
I think, let me see, message.
think you
yes.
can respond.
You can
No.
reply. Yep.
I can.
Yep.
I remember in Critical Role, there's always like, you can respond to this message.
I mean, if we're gonna be the ones to find it, don't you think we should fill them in on it? It's a big piece of the puzzle.
I'm worried that they'll use our information and send their own units to destroy them. If they're capable of it, they could just take the technology.
Alright, don't make me regret it. I am going to build the space, but I'm going to make it look more like a water processing plant. And kind of
Okay.
hazy, like I wasn't sure exactly what I was looking at, but I'm trying to build the most approximation of it.
Okay. Okay. And what kind of monsters do they have there? What kind of is it just Imperial guards? Do they have the priests there? I assume they have quite a bit of defenses there.
Yeah, I'll start pulling up like the NPC roster. Y'all, do I need to what about those special units? Yeah, I'm gonna Rain.
She'll message. He already knows that Illithid can learn our magics. Simply mention that he has taught some of our abilities that he has learned from us to special units of his own. That he doesn't need to know that they are created.
Alright. I'll create soldiers, but their uniforms are built and shaped and designed around our team,
Okay.
like inspired by.
Mhm.
Kind of put those on the board in their own little bubble.
Rain will
yes.
try and help. Rain will try and help explain it by being like, he very much enjoyed working with us, as terrible as that sounds, and I think he took quite a liking to our team formation.
So he took some of the best that the West has to offer and then made an army out of it.
Well, we didn't give them everything, though I was able to shield at least my mind and some of our other minds for portions of it. But
That's
yes,
very
abilities that he
interesting.
saw.
So what
think-
abilities do you have? And we don't have to RP out everything as far as you saying what your abilities are. But yeah, especially once you mentioned that you're able to shield from some of the mental stuff, he's like, oh, tell me more about that.
She doesn't reveal like all of the stuff, like especially where her magic comes from. She just mentions she has that power. She will let him know that she has control of water stuff, because he would have seen the Illithid would have seen that stuff anyway. She used the water magic during the fight.
Anybody else have anything that they're wanting to hide from talking about their own abilities? Like how much does Kamira go into her alternate timeline magic stuff? 0.
Feeling I'd get into big trouble about that, and I think I was doing that no, I was doing that before. Fuck, he might actually know about that.
I told y'all we should have used the thought shields. You're like, no, we don't need to.
I had a ring.
Yeah,
crack that nut.
Actually,
Hunter did have the
I
ring.
will divulge a little bit about it.
the DM will that when you guys were looking at the alternate fighters to you guys, that it looked like alternate Kamira was more of like a variation on an Eldritch Knight that used a lot of illusion magic, like blur and
Mhm.
stuff to make multiples. So it seemed like he didn't really understand your kind of magic, and he was trying to remake it in a way he
Right.
understood.
But the only reason why I was able to pinpoint where Keone was because I conferred with Body Snatcher Keone from the Alt Dimension. And while maybe he doesn't quite understand the method that was used to get there, that doesn't mean, like, as far as I know, that doesn't mean he doesn't know.
Yeah.
So
So you
it's fair
divulge
to-
a little bit about your
A
abilities.
little bit about it, yeah.
Mm.
I think I'm going to.
I'd rather err on the side of caution and let him know than just not say anything and then have it bite me in the ass later.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid talking about Ronin. I'm just gonna blame all of it on unknown demonic heritage. This
Okay.
That's
tiefling,
fair.
my tieflingness.
Okay.
Teenage
And what about
dirtbag over here, man. That's it.
and what about Audra? What do you share about where your power comes from?
Have you heard of the Becoming?
No, what's that?
I'll be outside.
No, I mean,
Does she have a Bible yet?
I think she's supposed to be the one writing it. Like,
God.
no, but I mean, she, you know, she's, she just says, like, you know, I'm a cleric. I am touched by a deity. This is where my power comes from. This is what I do, and I try to spread the word of that deity when possible. And I combine that with my more practical combat skills and, you know, smithing skills.
Yeah, just hearing about everything that you've done, it's like, well, you must be quite blessed indeed. If you've been able to achieve everything you have achieved, certainly it can't hurt for us to add it to the list of gods that we give a prayer to every night. Alright, so yeah, you kind of tell your story, you tell, you know, with the limitations you guys put on, you tell all of that stuff, and you say, well, this is very good, very good. Do you have any more questions for me, before I return to my order?
You're
Is
muted.
there a vague power structure you can get to us so we can kind of see diagram of who knows what and
I am one of the elders of my order. This
Oh, not
is as
from
high,
you.
This is as high up as you get.
no, I mean the targets, not you.
Think of it like a hydra with many heads. And we've got to find a way to kill it without more heads popping up.
Where
A
is
danger of letting
Oh,
them
sorry.
fight. A danger of letting them just fight it amongst themselves. Whenever able to kill another Lithid and eat its brain, it gets that much more powerful. I have no doubt that this Cerebro is more powerful. Well, first of all, did he eat the brain of the one he had you kill?
Yeah.
Then I have no doubt that he is far more powerful than the last time you faced him.
So
we might need to take care of him before he launches his ships towards the east, so he cannot grow in power further. But again, I will remain in touch. Do any of you have the ability to communicate telepathically?
Yes.
Rain's also just gonna open up her book. If you sign your name, we can contact you anytime.
Who are the names that she has in her book? Because you can only have 3, right?
I can have 4 because my proficiency bonus is 4. I currently
nice.
have. Sorry, I need to find it. It's in my notes. Currently, I have 3 currently. Anwar, Audra, Poe. I can have 1 more.
Nice.
The
Very
true
good then.
Teletubbies, Anwar, Audra,
being
Poe.
being able to communicate further, that would make things much easier. So I will gladly write my name in this book. And he writes Atlas in the book.
And then I close it, and it says Death Note on the front of it. And no.
Ah!
Uh, okay, thank you.
Well,
Where is your group, your organization?
we are currently located to the far east. The far northeast.
Can we get like a little ping or marker of like
Sure.
where they are located?
Sure.
Because I'm like curious how. Oh my dear God,
This little guy right here.
that is really far.
Yep.
And
East Coast.
did he mention where they opened the portal thing a long time ago?
That would have been like dead center down in here. He
Okay,
would say that
gotcha.
his home was around here. Yeah, his home was like in the area aquatic. It was a city of aquatic elves, and they had to flee their home essentially. Like this whole place. This is like the center of the empire right in here. This
Gotcha.
bay that or not a bay. I guess it's just the ocean. Or it's kind of like a very wide channel that connects, or that at one point, connected these two landmasses. But in any case, currently the base of operations is all the way out there.
Hmm.
How did you cover that much land?
With the power to teleport. It helps keep us on the move. This is where we are currently located, but we sometimes need to change our location if our base is found. But that is currently where we are. I cannot.
I need to learn this magic.
Mhm,
She's
I
like
get-
flipping through the book.
I cannot guarantee how long we will be there. I'm afraid there's nothing more that I can share with you at this time, for fear that if any of you were taken or your minds were read, I cannot give any more away at this time. But I will speak with my order and see how best you could be helpful. I guess one other thing is, do you have any access to anything with an extremely high level of magic, such as a genie's lamp?
There was this jar.
It was fake though.
Oh yeah, it was fake. Well, it was a real jar, but no.
The answer is not yet, I suppose.
I think if we did, we would have tried already.
Well, do keep in touch should you come across anything with that level of magic, because that opens up our options far more.
Is this evening right now?
Yeah, this is dinner time.
Is there an open window or like a balcony present?
Not right in front of you, no. You're kind of in hall, in a great hall that's it's mostly closed off.
Is there an area I could step outside real fast?
I suppose so.
Yeah, I'll just be 2 minutes tops.
Okay. Can I ask why? I don't mean to be so untrusting, but this is a tad odd.
Yeah, it is odd. I'll give you that. It's a long shot. It's a real long shot.
Okay.
I got an old friend who might know somebody. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll go outside to where I can see the sky, and I'm gonna pull out the moonblade and unsheath it.
Okay.
You up?
Yes, I'm up.
Do you know any powerful magic people? Any
I
relics?
did.
I love Hunter.
You did. Who did you know?
elven people long gone,
People long
according
gone.
to the time you told me it was.
Yeah, alright. Well, we know this Atlas fella. I'll project an image of him.
Okay.
Can you even see this, or are you just a talky friend?
I'm just a talky friend,
Oh,
but
shit.
I can somewhat sense what you sense in your own pictures. Is this the elf who is worthy?
Might be. But if not, you're gonna be sticking with me, and we're on an important mission this mission is going to destroy the people that took down the Elven Empire. And it very well might restore power to your end. At the very least, you'll get a healthy heaping of revenge. So I want to know, are you with me?
I would much rather be in the hands of an elf. But this old man does not seem capable of wielding a sword with any utility. So I guess I will stay with you for now.
Alright. The time comes, I'm gonna need your help.
Very well.
Not gonna be stabbing anything with you quite yet, but is there some source of power that you can lead us to help us out? Because we've been asked to find some power, some strong power. Because we got a lot of them squids we need to cut down. And any knowledge you have might help us get that much closer.
Where are we currently?
I'll hold him up to the stars to see, like, the star maps, how they make shapes, constellations.
I don't think we're too far from the Temple of the Frost Maiden.
Temple of the Frost. I've got to write that down.
Aurel is her official name, but she has gone by many names. Head northeast. There will be ancient magic there. I hope, if it has not been stolen already.
All right.
There is also ancient magic off to the east as well. There should be. Of the hidden one.
To the
I
Frost
imagine that one will be hard to find.
All right, friend.
Alright, yeah, sorry, I forgot you guys are up further now. So yeah, one, he points to the northeast, which just happens to be this symbol that Arantis put out. Another to the southeast that Arantis made a sketch and a symbol for there. So he's just kind of backing up what you've already kind of known, that there seem to be ancient temples that are scattered about that are like old ancient elven temples.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you, friend. Talk to you soon. I'll sheath him.
Okay then.
Rush back in, and I'll
What's
do
everybody
the wipe. Oh,
What's everybody else been doing while Hunter's been off and away?
Just thumb twiddling.
Hunter
Barrington.
might have. Go for it. Sorry.
Just to say, Lord Barrington's just gonna say, you want some roasted pig?
Maybe actually, it's been a long day.
Roasted pig.
It's dinner time. Let's get some food while we wait.
I do want to tell Atlas, not saying anything about Keone or Rain's experiences specifically. I do want to specify that there were prisoners within Moltra that had been experimented on, mutated, and were probably fighting for the Empire, and maybe perhaps those people shouldn't be dealt with lethally, and maybe there's a way to fix that. Just like, hey, we recognized old people from like STEM Garden that were ended up there. They didn't recognize us. They were hostile towards us, but telling them about the mutation people.
Okay. Sorry, what mutation people? I'm trying to remember now.
You said that there was others like Keone at Moltra?
Oh, yes. Yeah, there was one specifically like Keone, yeah.
Like,
sorry,
just...
I read the sidebar chat for like 2 seconds and then got completely lost in what you were talking about.
You're
I'm sorry.
good. Just if there were more people like Keone in that instance, just maybe warning Atlas about them.
Got that.
One thing Audra would like to do, just because of some of the stuff that was said before we got into this room, is I'd just like to roll a little insight check on Mr. Barrington.
Okay, go for it.
To see if the
Should everyone for shits and giggles.
Well, I was gonna say on the flip side, I wanted to roll one towards Atlas.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Audra,
like
that
it's a little
dude is
bit
a
more.
freaking human. Guys, he's human.
That was towards Atlas. Mine was.
Oh, okay. Atlas seems like
But Atlas is
he's... Yeah, Atlas is a bear. It seems like he's not divulging everything, but he's being honest with you about what he's telling you.
I feel like it's truthful.
Yeah. But he's also like, I just met you guys, I'm not going to tell you everything, like all of our missions we currently have going on. But you have the sense that like, he's talking to you, he's talking with a ton of people. Like there's probably operations going on all over the world right now.
Well, yeah, he's got to pick up his mess. Or our mess. We helped a little bit at the end there.
Yes, maybe. I hope you never have something where you regret a single decision for the rest of you.
Funny you say that, actually.
How so?
I might not have lived nearly as long as you have, and I might be coming to the end of mine sooner rather than later. But I assure you, I regret plenty. Every single day. Now, how about we have some big?
Let's do it. Alright, so anything else for these guys, or is that kind of go with everything? I'll say Macedon will eventually say, alright, it seems like you all have... You've all been good to our guest. Don't go too far should he summon again.
We are kind of heading to the other side of the mountain range. We can wait on that. We'll spend a couple days here. There's stuff to do around town. Oh, by the way, and I'm gonna share with the maps. I'm gonna like wipe in with the map where we've displayed the different ancient elven temples. There are powerful sources, supposedly, in these places, in these temples. Hopefully no one's gotten to them already. If we're lucky, we can collect many powerful, I don't know if they're entities or items, but I have it on good authority.
Then until you hear back, I think your team would be best used going to one of these places in search of magic items. We need all the help we can get, so until there's further notice, that seems the most useful thing for you to do.
Alright, I guess we'll start with the closest one here. We're gonna take the long way around there, though. Got to hit the other side of that mountain range, but it is all in preparation for hitting that temple.
We will remain in communication then.
Absolutely.
I mean, practically speaking, we should go there and get diamonds anyway, so we don't die on the other missions.
Oh yeah.
Mazadon suddenly feeling like he's not really in this scenario, which is not what he's used to. Be like, yeah, well, don't fuck up.
We'll do our best, sir.
Which one are you going to? Because I will assemble a team to go to the other one.
To the other temple?
Yes.
Make
All
him
right,
go after the hidden
we-
one.
We already hit.
they can't find it.
We already hit this one in the Ironroot Mountains, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And-
Warforge.
And the Icewind Dahlia seem to be going towards this one. And you don't have anything
this
sending
one.
you this way, so.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So it's. I mean, if they want to. I mean, if they're gonna go across the water to one, they may as well hit this one too. Tell you what.
Maybe we just hit all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
We got this.
We can hit this one, and then cross the stormy sea to this one. Right?
Good
Right.
luck. Mazadon's just like, good luck crossing the stormy sea. Never heard of a ship who made it to the other side and lived.
You
Hey,
also
we're
haven't heard
main
of anybody
characters.
coming back from Castle Hill, but here we are.
Touche.
Not saying that we can do the Stormy Sea, though.
Yeah, we
Just
might
wanted to
die.
point that out.
We might beef it hard.
We have very bad luck on ships. Funny enough.
You have
Yeah.
a water wizard now, though.
It's hit or
Yes.
miss.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I'll have a gun soon.
Shoot the storm!
Just like you shoot at them tornadoes, man. It's just you.
So, which one are you going towards so I can send my own men to the other? Time is of the essence, it seems.
The first one we're gonna hit is across the, over the mountains here, other side.
Then I will send my best men to the, you call it the hidden one?
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will-
Hopefully we
I
can
will
catch up.
I will send my best men there.
Maybe your
with-
second best, just in case they don't make it.
I will decide who I
You
send.
decide,
Thank
I
you
trust
very
you, yeah.
much.
Stop making Dad mad.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Man's dad.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Dad. I mean, Maz.
You're not my real man.
So, so maybe there's a bit more talk over dinner. Anything else anybody else have cutting over?
I
Is there any reason to mention the Icewind Dahlia to them? No? Okay. That's just in our pocket.
Yeah, because I feel like if we're gonna divulge that, it's going to just be directly like, "Hey, we're interested in what you're saying. We respect you, but we're not gonna pay attention to that immediately, unless, of course, we pull up what Artem said and was like, maybe you need to fund your army."
Yeah,
I mean, being reminded that this
Because that's why
area,
we're going, right? Is to go get
yeah,
money.
Icewind Dahlia might be going after this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
getting
absolutely.
I'm getting that
Crypt.
thought.
So
I'm getting a vibe that we're gonna be ending up working with the Icewind Dahlia.
and hopefully not getting screwed at the end of it.
Yeah.
And
I think
here's the thing: once we do, we got to do with her and take our cut. It doesn't have to be us that takes the other diamonds back to the shoe shop or whatever. You know, doesn't necessarily have to be that.
I mean, it can't hurt to ask though either.
Yeah.
I do think during dinner, like Rain, which I think Richard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is her first time meeting Mazadon.
I think so.
Rain, like just like from all how he's acting, Rain's gonna message the rest of her group and just be like, Why does he talk as if he owns you all?
He's our boss, right?
Well,
Kamira just gives like one of those, like looks like over her cup and like takes a drink.
Well, he's not my boss. He's very rude. Why would you work for him?
He's actually
stern.
threatened. He's actually threatened Caleb.
Which
Yeah.
is why I like him.
Stay in line. So we're kind of in his pocket right now.
Yeah, we're good.
he's
Yeah.
kept an amount of peace, though not exactly out of a willingness to serve him, more so the threat of what would happen without the peace.
So he's just as bad as the Empire.
No,
No,
I don't think so. He's
Well,
got the tough love
Threats
thing.
for keeping peace? That's exactly what they do.
This is Sydney talking, but I'm gonna circle back around to he keeps company with people who hang up heads in trees and doesn't stop it.
See, that
This is-
part doesn't
yeah.
bother me.
Rain's like,
Here we are.
Rain's literally gonna be like, I don't know if I want to work or do anything for him. This is the exact same things that I was a part of before, just under a different name.
Yep. Makes it easier right now that we have a common enemy, though, so.
Well, clearly we're more capable than he is at this point.
Well,
Hold on, Rain. Hold on, darling.
we've got our missions, he's got his, alright?
I'm just saying, he needs us more than we need him.
I'm not entirely sure that's true. Well,
This is all like, is this all messages?
This is all messages.
Thank God.
Yeah, she's not
We're
openly
talking
saying
and he's
it.
just like, I can hear you.
we might be... Now, Rain, we might be getting to that point, but it sure as fuck didn't start that way.
Can... Oh, well, I understand that, but what does Mazadon give you other than threats? Does he arm you? Does he
protection.
fund you? From
Mazadon.
what? We've fought all our own battles.
Well, he's done a lot of organizing and making sure that it's like manager type shit where it's like he's coordinating a bunch of stuff. He does a lot of on the ground stuff too. But
But he's
He's-
given you no direct support, just orders.
I don't know if that's entirely true. I mean, he's
Well, let's.
every time Poe has helped support us, you know, that's a link in the chain there. Now, he may have not on his own personally come to my farm and like given me anything, but he's in that chain of communication that helps keep the wheels greased, you know what I mean?
Personally
Have you-
speaking, Rain, if it weren't for Mazadon, I probably wouldn't be a member of the party anymore. I would be dead.
Yeah, he did kind of help us with the Lopez situation.
Only because
But we
Lopez is
caused the
another
Lopez
dictator.
situation.
We did cause the Lopez situation, but he also helped us out of that situation we created, so...
Here's the difference I see, Rain. When all is said and done with its Empire business, we'll go our separate ways, and that'll be that, as far as us and Mazadon. But with the Empire around, nobody has a choice in any matter for as long as they reign.
I disagree slightly, but I also point out I don't know if Mazadon will let you leave because he treats you all like property.
You raise a very good point, though, and I'm going to actually like look towards Mazadon and ask.
Are we
I don't suppose that we can get any type of aids with funding for these ventures, can we?
What kind of funding do you need?
You don't have a diamond handy, do you?
Sure, one of us could potentially have a diamond. What do you need it for?
In case one
case
of
of
us is
sudden death.
downed. Yes.
Insurance. Health insurance.
Quite
Literally just to keep us alive. Just as a backup.
Asking for benefits.
Yeah, just benefit.
I'm sure I can acquire you a diamond, assuming that you are going to be doing the work of this, going to find this magic item.
We will continue to do the work.
Good. Then by tomorrow morning, I will have it for you.
It's very gracious of you. Thank you.
It's all towards the mission.
Which is my closest approximation to bless your heart.
Well, once we have the diamond, Mazdan, we will commence the mission.
Very well.
Or we commence it without it, but it'd certainly be helpful with.
Alrighty then. Anything else for this group tonight?
No, but I
Sit.
just saw Andrew's "If I Had a Gun" song. This is lovely.
Dead Milkmen rule.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, so do you want to go back to the White Whale or just kind of stay in for the night?
Well, don't we need to get? Do we need to talk to Tabaxi dude for something?
Yeah, that's at the White Whale.
Armando, yeah.
We
But
have
we
a-
should also
Wake up.
secure a place to sleep tonight. as
Yeah,
well.
let's find lodging. Drop our
Should
stuff.
have asked Maz for lodging.
And
Shit.
Why not just ask him while we're there?
We also
Hey,
have,
I mean, we're in the
Also-
Jarl's Longhouse.
yeah, we also have a potential scry to do as well before we
Also-
call it a night.
Is there anywhere we can sleep? I'm sorry to be so needy about this, but if it's available,
I'm not. We've been hustling across the world.
Are you are you so destitute you cannot afford a simple inn?
Well, I mean, if
actually,
there's a place for us to hole up, like, you know,
I don't
if it-
think we've had an actual paying job.
Lord
Since-
Barrington.
Since we've joined Tsunami, have we not had an actual paying job?
I will admit there's a fair amount of pro bono
Tonight
work in this here
sucks.
thing. We with the amount of time and effort we've dedicated to Tsunami dealings, it's been mostly pro bono stuff. So
Lord Barrington, can you perhaps set up a barracks or something?
Barracks.
You got it. And Lord Barrington's gonna say, yeah, we can set him up with a place, sure. We can, we've got a safe house we
Only-
could give him.
Only if it's alright. We don't want to put you out or anything.
No, it's my job as Jarl to make sure that my guests have proper lodging and food. I have fed you, and I shall give you shelter tonight.
Jesus Christ. I'm totally gonna leave, like, a gold or something on my fucking pillow. God damn.
Rain's gonna raise her glass at that and be like, "To the Jarl."
to the Jarl.
To the y'all.
Skull!
Oh,
Alrighty. Any last things before doing other things?
just checking in, I suppose.
Rooting.
Back
Alright.
to the club after putting our shit away.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta. Where did the? Oh no! Where did the music go?
I'm finding it. I'm going back and just getting it.
Bold, please.
Say, can I find it this time? Curious.
Oh,
There
thank
it
you.
is. It's all the way at the bottom now.
Thank you, Madam DJ.
Alrighty. Oh, I gotta skip a stupid ad.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, you get back into the club. Things have not died down at all. This is where all the young people seem to go. It's a downright rager of people from all over coming in. People are having fun, and deep in the back corner, with the nice upholstered, rounded booth, is Armando.
All right. I'll sidle up.
you're back.
Yeah, hopefully on time.
Close enough. So, you wanted a job. Well, I've got a story that I want from somebody who needs to be tracked down. I heard a bard in town once, and he was singing all sorts about adventures people have gone on and things like that. And after quite a few drinks, this particular bard shared a story that seemed like he was not supposed to share. A story about finding a special lamp. And I sure would like this story. I've since been unable to track him. But if you are so skilled, perhaps you are able to do so?
We have found folks before.
What's the name of this bard?
Valentino. He is a drow with white hair, purple skin, devilish mustache and beard, has a good sense of fashion, and certainly likes his liquor.
Don't happen to have any personal belongings of the fella, do you?
I'm afraid I do not.
All right. Sorry, just making some notes. All right.
You get me this information about where one could find a genie lamp, and I will gladly give you the info to get to where you wish to go.
All right. You would like the information to bring you the genie lamp on a silver platter.
I doubt it would be easy even with the information. I simply just want the information. That alone is worth quite a lot of gold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it was easy, you'd have done it by now, so. Alright. Track down this Valentino fella. When was the last time he was in town?
Oh, this was months ago now. I am digging this music. This is a good choice. Well then, what are you still doing here?
Oh,
Do we have
right. No.
terms?
I believe we do. Any amendments to this, fellas, friends?
Well, what does he look like? Are there any other details you can tell us about him? A picture, perhaps?
Purplish, mustache, fashionable, has a little mustache.
That describes most drow, does it not?
The mustache and fashionable? I
Hold
have
on,
mustache written twice here, Jesus.
He's gonna dig through and pull out a what looks like it's like a pen with all sorts of inscriptions on it, giving you the sense that it's probably magical. And he's going to take out a scroll and just start, like, his hand is just being guided, and he's gonna start drawing out. It's almost like if you use minor illusion into a pen, allowing you to draw just about anything.
Wild.
And he will give you a picture of him.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And there's the likeness for Scry.
Yeah, I guess
I
we know
hope
who
that
that's
is-
going to, huh?
I hope this is satisfactory to you.
It'll have to do.
Grand.
Is there anything else?
Bottle of mid-shelf whiskey over there.
Get it yourself.
Put it on there.
Yeah. Alright, go. You can go now. Wish to soak in this music in peace.
Sounds good.
He's
Pleasure
just gonna
doing
kind
business.
of lean back in his booth. Alrighty. Are there any last things people want to do this session before calling it a night, both in game and out of game?
We could scry on the bard potentially. We had
Yeah, who do?
by the way, perfect music break for when you said that, Richard. It was literally like the music like to a silence, and then you went, "All right, anything else?" But yeah, I think we should scry on Valentino.
Yeah.
To close out potentially.
So we have
Oh,
a
I mean,
leader where to
if
go.
people have other things, great, but that would be Audra's closer at least.
No, I agree.
I think Chimera is gonna want to try to, like, once they're, I don't know if they get their own rooms or something. Regardless, she's probably going to spend the evening practicing some new things, I suppose. And by new things, I mean attempting new things more so. Like, let me see if I can't throw an echo past 30 feet and have it still exist. So it's literally just her, like, sitting on her bed focusing, and like an echo just blips into existence before just completely vanishing.
Alright, so she's practicing her magic a bit.
Mhm.
I will say that you guys will be leveling up at the end of this. So anything RP wise, I would to justify that, just like Chimera was.
Okay. Then I do have other stuff for Audra. I still think the scry would be the good thing to close us out on, but
Yeah, definitely you'd be getting, after telling both Atlas and the Rune Knights about the Becoming, that's like a whole new tier of people who are gonna be like sending in prayers to this guy. So he is gonna have a massive boost in power as a god,
yeah.
and he will definitely be coming to you in a dream being like,
Yeah.
hey, you done really good, kid.
You might be able to do some divine stuff.
I believe I'll be able to intervene on your behalf much better than I could before.
Oh man, I forgot we were at our proficiency bonus was 4. That means I get 4 uses of the gauntlets a day. Can I just clap them 4 times in a row and turn into like a building?
No, that's why it's, if you are not large, it turns you into large. That's
Right.
the wording of it.
I'm joking.
And then Rain, you have been using a lot of your name magic, and so you now will be able to do more of your name stuff, because I think this level you get more in your subclass.
Oh, are we leveling up?
Yeah. that's
At
what he
the
said.
basically at the end of the session, yeah. So anything you want P wise to justify the leveling up. Hunter, I think you just get good. Just after more fighting, you just rogues
Between
just
that- And I am investing in this new sigil that I've received. I'm going to spend the night in the club. I'm raging out in the club, right? I'm gonna lie, cheat, steal, drink, silver tongue nonsense the whole evening. I'm gonna be Charlie Hustle, Jimmy, not Jimmy Slip and Fall,
I almost said Jimmy Eat World.
Slippin' Jimmy.
Slip and Jimmy, just full Slip and Jimmy through the evening. Well, I don't want to shit where I eat here. I'm not gonna rip people off, but I'm gonna like spin some bullshit. I'm gonna like develop my skills, and yeah.
Nice. Yeah, if you hit
Let
up the
loose.
dance floor too, that could be an excuse for learning
Oh, yeah.
evasion.
Cutting loose,
Yeah.
and Yeah.
Definitely with the skirmish and other battling recently, definitely
And
think justified on
practicing
its own for.
and practicing like listening in while acting like I'm having a conversation over here. Like
Nice.
just all the spycraft bullshit.
Cool.
I
Alrighty.
do have I do have an idea of what it could be, but it mostly comes down to whether or not you want to do the extra part of the dragon mark
Oh,
that we had.
I don't
talked
remember
about,
what we settled on. Do you?
because that's 10th level if you want to give it to me.
If it's 10th level, that's where you have to.
Yeah, I'll take a permanent hit, but
What are you trying to do with it? There's no such thing as a 10th level spell. What are you talking about?
no. At level 10 you can get the thing if you have the Aberrant Dragon Mark feat.
Oh,
That's why
see.
I didn't realize. I was like, oh, we're leveling up. That would be a
Yeah,
reason.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you're describing would happen, but go for it, I guess, if you get it at that level.
Okay. I mean, that's why it's a DM's choice, so we can talk about it more, but
Okay, we can talk about it next time then.
I think either way, the reason for it will be like, this is like later in the evening, like on her own, if she's in her own room, regardless of whether or not like the other thing happens, the
Mhm.
dragon mark on her, like all of the like scarring and everything from the weave starts to
Mhm.
glow super brightly and like dig itself into her body a little bit more, and like
Okay.
she's in pain, but she's not, like, she's trying not to scream out and everything, but she gets
Got
a
it.
little closer to the weave.
All right. And Tony, what did you have for Audra?
I mean, I guess I kind of already did the legwork for the level up. If the Become is gonna do a dream, we'll do that next time. But I think, for her in her room, she'll probably be like, she's in, the lodgings we have. She'll take off her armor, she'll set things down, and she'll be like gazing at the runes, like the rune with her name on it, the rune that represents the Becoming, and just feeling like satisfied, like, yeah, that was a job well done,
Nice. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to roll for HP, go for it.
Yeah, and then we'll
Should have gone average.
do our scry.
Yeah,
and call it.
in general, average will be the way to go.
I'm a fool. All right, well. Is what
Anybody
it
else
is.
rolling for HP?
Fuck that.
Yes, I always roll for HP.
Let's see it.
I'm gonna do the same.
See, that's when I needed my roll to be good.
That was the
You
first
could-
one I've rolled this whole time.
Well,
I'm
can
doing the
be
same
honest.
Matt Mercer rule. You can re-roll one, but you can't.
Oh,
Unfortunately, you
dang.
can't re-roll it two.
Ah,
Yeah,
Well,
two's like the worst you can get because it.
the fuck?
All right,
What does
well,
Matt
I mean-
Mercer do? Does he do infinite re-roll a one, or if it gets a one, the
I don't know,
Like-
actually. I think usually when he's like, roll again, they roll more something other than
Okay.
a 1. But I'm gifted.
So
we'll call it the 4. It's fine.
Bless.
Hey!
There you go.
Andrew, Andrew, I've given you a point of inspiration. If you'd like to use it right now for your HP, I'll give it to you. Because you've been so
absolutely will.
awesome on the recaps.
I think that
But
is-
you would be using your inspiration then.
I will absolutely re-roll that.
That's definitely the best
Okay.
HP roll I've ever had in the 6+ years we've been playing. It's the only max I've ever had.
Nice.
Yo!
Oh!
Hey.
Andrew, 8 buddies, 8 buddies.
80s.
Those recaps paid off.
Oh,
Jumped
yeah, they
you up.
did.
What?
All right.
Artem, you doing
Up to
yours?
59 hit points.
Well, so I have milestone HP, but if we're
Oh, right, because you're.
so she takes
whatever.
average,
What's a
but
milestone?
if it's just the average, sorry.
Oh, okay,
um,
gotcha.
But if we're doing the thing, and Richard's giving me the thing. I actually do have to roll the hit dice for a totally different reason.
I don't I thought it was if you were like doing a certain spell that are you doing a spell right away?
No, I have to take the hit as soon as I get it as part of the wording. That's a permanent, like,
Oh.
immediately, and then every time I cast it, I'll take a hit as well.
Oh shit. Oh damn.
What
Okay.
is this?
So, with the Aberrant Dragon Mark, at level 10, at the DM's discretion, they can give you an epic boon, but you have to take a permanent hit dice of minus max HP.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Damn.
That's a trade-off,
So-
all right.
If you're willing to do it, I'll roll the hit
Yep.
dice and. All right. So Rain loses 8 HP that night
Oh.
as the dragon,
Wow.
as the weave like grips into her body. But the boon that we talked about, Rain now has a 9th level spell slot.
Jesus.
But every time she uses that,
Every
it-
time she uses that, she has to roll a hit dice and take HP.
and
Like,
it doesn't
permanent?
mean you have 9th level spells. Like you can just use any
Yes.
spell you already have at 9th level. So
Yeah,
it's not
so,
like,
like-
she just has wish.
Yeah, no, I have to learn them. I mean, if we find wish somewhere, that's the only way. But otherwise, yeah.
Well, you are a wizard, so...
Oh, that dropped me down to 54. Ow.
Ooh.
What?
I don't have the lowest hit points anymore.
Oh, it's worth it
I-
for that
I
ninth
would
level
have-
slot.
I would have if I
do-
didn't have an inspiration point.
Do any of you want to update your tokens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, and then let's,
I went
That's
down
right.
less than what I had in the
Oh
previous
yeah. Then
level.
let's do the scry, and then we'll call it a night.
Cool. Yeah, I have,
How many scries are you doing? Are you
Just the one on the bard.
okay?
I can start doing 2 scries as of next session, though.
Nice.
When we're leveled up.
Alrighty.
I have an even 100 HP. That's pretty nice. I
Hell
kind of
yeah.
dig
All right, so update your tokens as needed. You can just update the max. You don't need to update the other. I can do all that for people later. And yeah, so go ahead and try to roll, or I guess I need to know what the roll is for the.
Yeah,
scry.
and we had his likeness, right?
You have his likeness and you have his name.
Yeah. So with that, likeness or picture is a -2.
Okay.
Do we? It doesn't count as secondhand since we have his name and have now seen his picture, right?
I mean, that's secondhand knowledge of him.
Okay. In that case, he has a net +3.
Okay, a total of +3 to his
Yes.
roll. And what kind of roll is it?
Wisdom,
Okay. And what's the DC?
14.
Bards aren't known for being wise, right?
No, they're known for being charismatic.
Known for being charismatic little shits.
Okay. So your DC is what?
14.
Okay. A little anticlimactic, but you I'll give you this. You use your mirror, or no, you're not doing mirror anymore. You're using the whatever, like
Hand
the
mirror,
bowl.
right?
The bowl.
Yeah.
Is it a
Oh,
hand
that's
mirror
right.
or is it the bowl?
Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it-
using the bowl with the reflection in it. So you fill it up with holy water, which how much does that cost per holy water? Or are you able to just make holy water?
You can make holy water as a cleric, I think, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Uses 25 gold of powdered silver.
Alrighty then. Do you have that? I assume that
I
you guys
don't
got that
know.
while you were.
But if we want to be, one second.
I assume you guys had gotten that while you were preparing for your trip ahead. So we'll just say that you got it and you can figure out the gold part of that later. So you bring up the bowl and there's a picture that's starting to form and then that picture begins to just get insanely blurry, like you were really drunk, like you're starting to see kind of double and then blurry, you can't really see much of anything, and then eventually the entire thing of holy water turns into wine.
Well,
Jesus?
the scry didn't quite work, everybody, but
I think it worked just fine.
but does anyone want a nightcap?
Does it taste like duty? Is it
Hunter's
good?
still at the club.
It
never
tastes
mind.
like Valentino.
Mm.
Well, all right.
It tastes good. It tastes like good quality wine. And with that, I guess that's where we will finish off tonight.
Yeah.
And we will pick up next time with you guys heading towards where do you guys want to head next time?
Mask Temple, right?
I think so.
Wait, Mask Temple? No, we've got to head.
Oh
over
no,
the
we're
hills
not going to the
across-
hidden. No, they're hitting the hidden. We're
I
going
thought that's where Dahlia
further
was
north.
headed, though.
No, she's going to the further one, the
Oh, to
ice temple.
The snowflake.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Well, yeah, that's where we're going.
Okay. Are you guys just gonna give up on the scrying for the bard thing? Because
Mm-mm.
Armiondo was gonna like give you more info on
Yeah. Well,
how to find her, but if you guys are going
Oh.
off just based off of the sketch, then
I feel like we can try it again next time.
I mean, I'm partying in the club, so in the morning, first thing next session, hungover Hunter can get the details needed. I didn't know there were more details for finding this bard. I would have asked.
no,
more
that's the no, you don't have more details. That's the thing. Well, here's the thing that I'm wondering about. So, the whole point of finding the bard is to get more details on where the
Where the lamp is.
Icewind Dahlia is. Like
Gotcha.
that's what you're
Okay.
exchanging.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if you already have a heading of where to go, do you stick around and try to get more info before you head off to the temple? Heading off to the temple and just skipping the whole bard thing.
I think Party
think-
Time Hunter would have, over the discussions, if he can hand me a document before I leave in the morning
Hmm.
with the information necessary to find the Icewind Dahlia, I can take
Well,
it to the
he's
party.
not gonna give that. He's not gonna give that to you until you give him the bard. That's the whole thing you're exchanging.
Oh, well then. I mean,
And
then-
really, it's beneficial for us to get to the bard thing because we were just talking about how this guy wanted a magic lamp, and the bard had a story about a magic lamp,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which Armando wants. We don't have to give it to him, but now we know about the druid that might have it, or
so
drow.
We'll pick up. So we should pick up next time with Bard stuff.
It just
Yeah.
depends on if you want more information or not, or if you want to go kind of blindly into that general area. But like the area where the temple is not very specific. It's like
Yeah.
just kind of like you see on the world map.
Yeah.
It's a general
I think,
area, whereas Armando might have more specific information on how to get
I
to.
think Sid brings up a
to
good
her.
point about also getting information about the lamp. So I vote we go after the Valentino next time
Okay.
to start at least.
And just try to scry again the next day.
Yeah,
the next
'cause I
day you can
do
try it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some ideas. Well, part of an idea. I've got a nugget, but we can talk about that another time,
Perhaps next
Alrighty.
week.
perhaps this
So
week.
next week it'll be trying to find that bard before going after the Icewind Dahlia.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
Although
so.
I feel
Okay.
like the clock is ticking there.
We will see. But for now,
We'll
bye,
find out
stream.
next time on the Aberrant Empire.
Bye,
Goodbye, everybody.
stream.
Bye.
I'll just plan for both, and if you guys end up being like, fuck it, we're just gonna go find her without this info, that's fine too.